The veil between the worlds thins, and as the Lightbringer's final confrontation draws near, they learn that there is still one last secret to be unveiled. The truth about Astrid, Krauna, and their father.
Hey, welcome to Worlds Apart. This is going to be our last episode. We are going to do a lot of back and forth between the two parties. I think you're going to like what we have here today. So.
And if you don't, fuck off.
And
go somewhere else.
And if you say no, to hell with you. Anyway, that's Conan the Barbarian. Let's get into it.
That's a reference everyone will enjoy.
Yeah. Oh
I'll show it to my dad. He'll laugh.
Yeah. Did you transform into a 70-year-old?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about Poirot now.
What?
It's Poirot. Poirot, Jenna.
Poirot. Like the food?
I can see we're off to a very auspicious start already.
Okay. Let's get into the shit.
Yeah. Previously on Worlds Apart, we had both parties engaged in a meeting with the dragon god Lotan Ratu, or at least an aspect of his being. And in Auredane, Mara and Astrid learned that they were able to transpose themselves using their amulets with their bonded companion in Tenebrae. However, you three, in the catacombs beneath the Ruby Eyrie, learned from the dragon Ratu that not only did you now have this power to transpose yourselves, but Tenebrae was not, in fact, another world. It was your own realm 500 years in the future. Both of you have learned that something terrible is amiss in the lands to the northeast. In your world, it's known as Kylumbra, the land of the fallen angels, and in Auredane, it's known as the Nortok Steppe, a bleak and barren wasteland of ice and snow. Now, you three are aware that there is a teleportation circle to Kylumbra in the uppermost reaches of Lady Carnelian's castle. Indeed, in her very quarters, there is a way to travel between the two realms.
Like in her bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Saucy. We all just have to sneak in, simultaneously seduce her, and then hop into the circle.
I think you're the one for the job. I think it's a one-on-one sort of...
Oh, if you insist.
And the entire reason why you might want to go up there, aside from seducing the hot vampire, of course, is because that there is a secret to be unveiled about Elo, about the gods themselves, and maybe about Sedge as well. So here's where we are. You are down in the catacombs beneath the castle. The dragon Ratu has just sort of formed back up on the wall. He is hunkered down. And you are now all together in one place after having Astrid pop in and Zephyr pop in, and you're now together again. So what's the first course of action?
I've got like a fistful of real grass in one hand, and my hair is full of like twigs and shit. You can tell that I've been like rolling around on the ground. maybe up a tree a little bit.
Tasting the good earth.
I was like, oh, I missed this.
And now you're just sort of on the ground. There's lots of pebbles around. And you're like,
Yeah, I'm like on my back, fistful of grass, just staring up like...
Sounds like a nice weekend.
Saranon, you good?
Oh, it was nice to have grass. Just trees that were real good.
That is nice. When I popped over there, it was still just sort of cave and stuff.
But Zephyr wasn't there.
No.
So, I don't
They came
know.
over here.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay,
Yeah.
because I spent like a long time just looking for them, and then I carved a message on a tree.
Okay.
Just a tree.
Love
That's
you.
fair, that's fair.
You know.
I hope
Ate
you
some
find that
dirt.
one specific tree in a forest.
Well, when
they're
I
gonna
left, I
switch
was
back.
still working on it. I was signing my name, so it's probably just us.
Just ass.
Yes. Yeah.
All ass.
Yes.
That's our Sarah.
And grass.
And
All we need
grass.
is gas.
Let's take a little bit of a break. I feel like that'll help settle everyone a little bit.
Yeah.
This is some very kind of upsetting news, obviously, so we could reorient and then move on to go to Kailumbra, because that's our move, right? We're gonna go up into the chambers and we're gonna find the teleportation circle. And we're gonna go to look at some devils
Look at some devils.
and save a god.
Yes.
Hey, Magpie.
Yeah, what is it? I'm
Sorry,
a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, sorry all this is probably really boring to you because you don't care about any of it.
Wait a second, hold on. Magpie's not here. She actually went off on her own.
Oh, she did?
Valorith is here, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, can we
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, she's screaming.
Hello?
This is what she does at midnight when she can't find us. She knows it's
It's
like
too dark.
Yeah, apparently. We're in bed. There's literally one place we could be, and she wanders circles around the house. Wow!
Baby.
We're like, Mars, we're right where you left us.
Is Magpie, when did Magpie leave?
So when you
Probably
guys...
when we stole the gnome. She's like,
No,
this
no,
is
no.
evil.
when you went off to like the prison adjacent to the castle, she was like, "Okay, I've got a lead on where my mom is."
She
so
did.
I'm booking it.
I don't remember that because I was like,
Don't
we
remember
need
that
to
at all.
I don't
help
think
her
we
find her mom.
talked about that. I think she just left.
Mm.
One of us finds a note like pinned to us, like,
But it's written in a language we don't understand.
Valorith, what?
Oh, boy. Yeah, now I'm worried. I'm gonna go
like
back to the tapes and be like, "Oh, I didn't say that at all."
It's like Tico. I'm like, haha, Tico, you got a kick me sign on your back. That's not a kick me sign. I just can't read it.
That's a lot of letters to say kick me.
It could be a sort of fancy ritualistic kick me.
Kick me right in my square derriere.
Anyway, hedging my bets in case I didn't say that last time. That is what has happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
She has her own story.
I wanted to
follow
help
here.
Magpie.
Oh, rip.
Valorith,
Yes.
some quick questions for
Okay.
you. You didn't know about any of this?
No.
I thought-
I was excommunicated from the order.
Okay, but you said you were friends with the ghosts down there. I feel like after talking to them for a while, you might sort of pick up that they were from a different time.
It's complicated.
Okay.
They
Complicated like you've been lying to us, or complicated like you're just dumb?
complicated like none of what they said made sense to me.
Okay. Insight? Silly trick.
It's 19 over here.
Okay.
She's definitely withholding something from you.
Okay. That's not true. I think we can all I don't know.
I come over and I like lean over Valorith. Are we having an issue
Make an
here?
intimidation check.
Okay, I'm good at those, right? Intimidation. Yeah, I have proficiency.
You're telling me you talked to those ghosts and they're talking about all these places you've never been and events that took place 500 years ago, and you were just like, That seems weird. I don't know what they're talking about. They're all just experiencing a mass delusion. You're lying.
So you are putting the heat on her, and like a huge shadow is looming over her, and you can just see a bead of sweat like trickle down her forehead, and she says, "Okay, let me do my best to explain. When the last time I saw them was about 5 years before we met, and I never told you the story of why I was excommunicated from my order. The remnants of the Order of the Dragon God were based here in the city, but Lady Carnelian tore them all down a very long time ago. She's ruled here for at least 100 years. She's immortal. She never ages. And all that was left of the faithful of Loten Ratu were people who hid in the shadows, and these ghosts that said things that no one could make heads nor tails of. So there's a story.
All right.
So when Lady Carnelian found out about us, the 24 or so people who were still clinging on to this old faith, she did her best to pull it out by the roots. The only reason I'm still alive today was because I turned my sword on them.
Narc.
Yeah, we've been over this. She's a narc.
I'm not trying to win your sympathy with this. I did whatever I had to do to survive here. But
I get that.
yeah.
So, do you think Lady Carnelian might have some answers about what exactly how the death of Elo and how the death of the gods made Tenebrae what it is today? Do you think she had a hand in it? There are some people back at the bar who were talking about her being involved.
I'll bet she does know. If what they said was true, then she's been alive, if not explicitly a vampire for some time, and she has constant communication with the devils of Kailumbra. She's got a circle of teleportation up there in her tower.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why the devils have made their civilization around, the glowing red corpse of Elo himself, and I'm sure she knows something about it. She has a circle of teleportation up in her chambers, up in her tower, so she has constant communication with the devils of Kailumbra. I don't know why they chose to build their civilization around his glowing red corpse. But I'm sure it has something to do with it.
I see. Well, are you going to come with us as we infiltrate the Citadel?
You can bet your life on it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Weak.
I don't know.
That was weak sauce.
We do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go, Crowna,
Okay.
please remove the gnome from the bag.
Oh, you don't want the gnome in there?
No, it's taking up room. We might find like a cool jacket or something.
But we could put it on the gnome like a mannequin.
Okay, but the gnome is a real person, and the bag gets kind of punched a lot when you're being attacked, and he might shatter,
That's true.
This is not her accent. I'm being infiltrated by the gnome. This is the gnome speaking for
Gnome is
Sarah.
astral projecting into you.
Okay, we'll ditch the gnome right away. Wait.
Yeah. And I kick her.
Anyway.
Can I remove the gnome from the bag? Can I get up to the pedestal where the statue of Loten Ratu is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Put the gnome there.
Yeah.
You are the god
So
now.
you walk down this chamber.
Sacrifice.
You're surrounded by waterfalls at this point. You can see this massive, 500-foot long serpentine dragon, and you pull out a gnome made of black glass.
Right.
Disco ball.
Right, in the little, I don't know, like on top of, like nestled into the statue of Lieutenant Ratu.
So you put the gnome at like the tip of Ratu's tail, and you hear a little bit of motion up from the dragon statue, and you can see his red eyes like looking down at you, and his voice just goes, thanks.
Just to keep you company. Why are you complaining?
Like his snake-like tongue just flickers out for a second.
Don't eat him. Not for eating. This is a real person.
Are you just
Like
gonna
she
like
said.
you're just gonna like down boy to a god?
Yeah.
Heal.
Not for eating.
Not for eating.
What's in your mouth? What's in
A knife! A no!
Gnomes are friends, not food.
Take good care of him. He's helped us a lot.
He's
except
my
now
real
we're-
dad.
By putting this gnome here, you have changed the future. Now this gnome will be a prophet of Lotan Ratu.
Yeah, this gnome is
and
going
bring
to take
peace
over
to
the world in
land.
500 years.
I hope so. I hope so.
It's time for a gnome to be in charge.
Clear the gnome.
Tika wouldn't know this, but a gnome is in charge. He is in fact the High Consul of Auredane, a gnome.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
means nothing to me.
Yeah, exactly. Tika just had like a revelation from the past.
Gnomes should be in
Gnomes
charge.
should be in charge. Why did I think that?
Vote gnome.
Okay.
Okay.
So you set down your gnome, and there is a passageway out of this chamber, the same way you came in. Is that what you're gonna do?
Can we take a short rest?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna play my song of rest.
This is a perfectly safe location.
Yeah, I'm still down like 12 hit points.
Very cool.
Wop, wop, wop.
Okay, so you guys regain an additional 1d6 when you roll hit dice.
Thank
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
short
sure.
rest is.
You can spend hit dice to recover hit points.
All right, I'll just.
And I get my spell slots back now. Haha, 5th level, baby.
Okay, so
You don't get your spell slots, you get your inspiration back.
Oh, yes.
So it's an extra d6, you said?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna roll 1 hit dice for now.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not great, but whatever.
Let's see.
While we're doing this, can I ask
Not to full.
the high priest guy who is related to Renault?
Yes.
I guess that's all I
Asheville
wanted to
Marin.
ask. Asheville Marin.
Yes.
Relate-
Asheville.
is Renault's great
Distant ancestor.
distant ancestor.
Well,
but
it
we
could
don't
be
know.
it could be his sister too. Well, one of them progenited
yeah, so-
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like we don't know that they're directly related, or like directly bloodline. Like if we kill that guy, we don't know that Renault's not going to happen.
That's right.
Okay.
Maybe they have cousins.
Yeah.
And also, you have no idea how distant a relation is because Renault's a powerful undead being. He
Right.
could have been alive
He
for
could have
like
been
400
But if
alive.
Asheville
years.
Marin has like a secret son.
He also got white somewhere along the line, so it's probably pretty distant.
Yes. Living in a world with no sun will pale you up real quick.
Magpie's doing fine.
Magpie takes vitamin supplements.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Jesus.
Okay. I'm sad we couldn't help Magpie. I feel really bad that she went on her own.
Yeah. I mean, we got things to do. What we're about to do is very dangerous. So maybe it's a good thing, you know?
I guess.
Like, if we all die, then she'll have been spared that.
I guess.
Plus, she could always die somewhere else.
Wow.
So then we'll all be together in the afterlife, you know?
Is that how that
Is
works?
that how that works?
Yes, Narragon takes on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
Miracle gives a big old thumbs up.
I feel it.
Do you do thumbs up? Is Narragon moving through you?
I'm Naragal, and I support this message.
Just involuntarily.
Yeah. What does that mean? I like it.
The spirit moved in me. You
It
know?
makes me feel better just looking at your thumb.
So I don't think there's anything on the ceiling, so I think it's a good thing.
All right, what are you chuckleheads up to?
We just rested. Now we're fine.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
we're
all
just
rested.
chilling.
You've recovered, and the dragon statue at the far end of the room is doing nothing. Basically, he has nothing more to say to you.
Okay. So we just barge into her bedroom? Like, is that what we're doing?
I mean, we can try to sneak in. We can also try to trick our way in, pretend we're other people, seek an audience with her directly. That means we might get some answers faster, but also probably means it'll be harder to get to Kailumbra. Unless we're like, we need to go to Kailumbra because we're important people.
Sarah, what are vampires like?
Blood.
No, what are they like?
I've never met a vampire.
Oh, I thought you might know about this.
Well, I mean,
Valorous says
I
she's
read.
hot.
Yeah,
there's
but
more to a person than what they look like.
can they read minds?
Interesting. No.
Oh, I mean, so
I mean, some people are very intuitive, but
Lady Cornelian's whole thing is that she can hypnotize you with a glance.
Right.
And more than that, all that sanguinite that she's been mining, it's crystallized God's blood. That's what's going on here. And she has been using it to do whatever it is to these people that are in her thrall.
How much blood do gods have?
I don't know. Bloodrock Dell was on top of a huge deposit of
it's
it.
like that infinite chocolate thing from like 10 years ago. You just cut it a certain way and it'll last forever.
I have no idea what you're
I have
talking
no
about.
idea.
Someone will understand.
No, I do, but Tico doesn't.
What was
So
I
we
gonna
just
say?
can't look at her.
I think that maybe we avoid her then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my marvelous pigments, which I haven't done in some episodes. I'm gonna draw myself a pair of aviators, and I'm just gonna.
I don't think that's how that
That's
works.
not how that works.
It's sure it is. And then I just have to make it thin enough. It's like how
No, what?
It's like how you can make snow goggles out of whalebone.
Yeah, but you can still see people through them.
It's not like looking at an eclipse.
Maybe it's like looking at like
Make an insight check for me.
It's like a Medusa thing.
Maybe
Perseus could not be petrified because of his 6 shades.
Insight
That's bad.
9.
Well, that's gotta work.
You guys, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
I've got these on.
Can I make you some sunglasses too?
Do you think we could fight the vampire without Krauna once Krauna gets fucked up?
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be fighting us because she's going to be on the vampire side.
Valorith leans her head into this conversation. Is like, Valorith doesn't even need to hypnotize Krona. Like, we're all on the level with this, right? Like,
Valorith doesn't?
Yeah, what? Valorith?
Lady Carnelian doesn't even.
That's
Freudian slip.
true.
What you talking about over there? I'm looking at my reflection in the water. Like,
How can you see it? You can't see it, apparently. Apparently, nothing. You can't see anything.
It's whalebone. Plus, isn't your pigments just like an illusion? Like
No, they are real.
Oh,
but if you're trying to make like really valuable stuff like gold or gems, it's just like garbage.
yeah, it's fake, but you can pass it off as real.
What you really need is a special kind of glasses that have mirrors in them, so you're always looking down.
Yeah, Krona, they look like they're designer, but they're just a ripoff.
Krona wants to investigate the exits out of this room.
Cool. Yeah, there are a lot of tunnels out
Are
of
you
here.
really wearing the glasses?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
They're a good look.
Yeah, they're a good look, but they will not protect you against a vampire.
Time will tell.
Okay, when you die, I mean, I can't help you if you
I feel
die.
like you should get disadvantage on all things required.
Wow.
Okay, you're investigating the tunnels.
I also have dark vision though. So
Oh,
That
okay.
doesn't make any sense.
There are 6 different tunnels out of this room. One where it goes, but all the others they're long enough and dark enough that you can't just by like going 10 feet in, you don't really know which way they're headed.
Okay.
You can assume that the ones on the opposite side of the room go like deeper into the castle, since the one you took in was from the castle grounds.
Okay. Well,
Valorith, you don't know where to go?
Valor's like, I've never been down here before.
What?
I mean, we could just like make paint marks on the wall or whatever. I'll just boop. Psh. We already tried this path. I guess we're trying this path now. Come on, guys, let's go.
Okay.
Alright. You head down this
I'm gonna go
path,
last.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Traps.
and you wind through this rocky passage for about 15 minutes until you reach a door. It is a pretty common-looking wooden door with a handle. A bit of light is filtering out from underneath it.
Investigate. It's a +1. 13.
Cool. There is a powerful smell coming from the other side of this door, and it's not repulsive. It's actually quite pleasant. It's the smell of baking bread.
So kitchens, probably not this one.
I mean, if we're looking for somewhere inconspicuous to get in, we could do worse in the kitchen.
We could be a butler.
Yeah, we could put on like little uniforms
Yeah.
and stroll
Room
around
service.
the cart.
Do you have any of that?
They're gonna be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Can I check the door for traps/locks?
She could paint up some uniforms for you.
It's true.
Nice.
Yeah, 18 plus whatever.
What are you
Traps.
doing?
Traps.
Oh, traps. Look at the door.
Traps/locks.
So this door seems to be barred from the other side.
Okay.
There's like a wooden timber that's crossed it. So it would be very hard to like. There's no lock to pick. It's just got an impediment. So you could break the door down, or you could find some other way to.
Can we just like get a thin knife or whatever and just stick it in the crack and lift up the?
Can you lift that whole steel beam with a butter knife?
Is it I guess
It's a wooden beam.
Well,
It's a wooden
still
beam,
very
but-
heavy though.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
give it a
it might
shot.
be
can
locked.
try.
Like it
Yeah.
might be locked down.
Might
but
as
we'll
well
try.
try.
If you've got a knife or a crowbar or something like that, you could make a strength check with disadvantage. To try and
Do we
pry it
want
from
to
this
try
side.
to drop the uniforms first, so that if there is kitchen stuff in
Well, we
there,
have
they
to know
see
what
the
the-
thing going up?
We need to know what the uniform looks like.
That's true. Valoreth, what does the uniform look like?
Valor says, I mean, I can describe it to you with words, but like, is that really what you want me to do?
Paint me a word picture.
Oh boy. The uniform.
We could just say we're new. I mean, we're not
new and we
coming
brought
in
our
from
own
the
uniforms.
No, we can say we're
dressing
new.
for the job we want.
don't have a uniform yet, and if we can't get the space for me to paint up some uniforms, we just knock someone out and we take their uniform.
But again, if there's someone in the kitchen and they see us with a knife drawing a thing off,
Yeah, can we tell if there's any? Can we listen to the door and see if there's anybody in
Absolutely.
the
Make me a perception check.
kitchen? 16 plus. God, it's been so long. 5. 21.
So 21, yes. You can hear the sounds of activity in there. With a 21, you would say there's probably anywhere between 2 to 4 people in there chatting, milling around, doing some sort of kitchen activity.
work. Okay, there's definitely people there. We should not do this.
I mean,
Valor says, do you want to know what these uniforms look like?
Yeah, we could. I mean,
but
we're
again,
still
we
gonna
cannot come through the door.
We could knock. We
can
could get
knock.
lost.
No, from the dungeons?
Valor
Yeah.
holds up like the mace that you gave her a while ago. I mean,
No, please.
I don't
let's
wanna
not
hurt
look at
them.
the
what
doors.
if the rest of you hide? I disguise myself. I knock. I make up some excuse, and then you guys can rush out, and we can rush them.
I feel like we should just try
Quiet
another
minutes.
door.
Let's try another door.
Oh my
we can
God.
always come back here.
Okay.
This might be overly hard.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think we should resort to knocking
We
out
could-
kitchen people.
yeah, we
They're just
could
doing
find
their job.
a-
Valor shrugs her
that
shoulders
is
and says, why
empty.
not? Why not resort to knocking out innocents?
Oh, you're right. I guess we shouldn't.
You don't want to be agreeing with Valorous,
Yeah,
who
I
ran
know.
a prison.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
She's
agree
not
with Valor.
working for the. She's not fighting for the working man.
Sure.
She's enjoying this.
Next tunnel.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dakota's gonna make a mark on the door. Kitchen. And it's fine because
They
no one's gonna
can't
be able to
read
read it.
Cool. You head back, and you're back in the main cavern, and you hear, you see Lotan Ratu move a little bit, and the dragon rumbles out, back so soon.
Do you know where what these doors are?
Yeah.
Where they go to.
Can you tell us where they go to?
Okay. Yes, 6 tunnels from...
Okay, I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah,
so we have
we should have asked the dragon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Could have gotten a nice
6.
midnight
Okay.
snack.
So, starting from 1 o'clock, it...
1 o'clock.
No,
Oh,
it's
I
a-
drew it in a straight line.
what? No, it's like a circular chamber, and it goes, sort of
And
around.
we came. Where did we come from first?
So, you came from the southeast passage.
Southeast.
Okay, so
And you just
circle.
tried northwest.
I almost spelled jail with a G. My God.
So which one do we come from? Sorry.
So you,
southeast.
yeah.
Southeast. Okay, so
And
we came from that one, so that's outside.
And the
Yeah.
kitchen's northwest.
Yep. So northeast, Ratu explains this to you. Northeast is going to be watchtowers and battlements.
No, I don't want that.
East is going to be, what is east? Hold on a second.
West.
Yeast.
East is going to be torture chambers.
No, yikes.
Southwest is going to be a janitor's closet near the grand ballroom. And west is going to be the servants' quarters on the 3rd level.
Oh, maybe we should
yeah,
go
we should
there.
probably do that
Okay.
one. Although the janitor closet is appealing.
Why?
Because it's a closet. Nobody's going to be hanging out in a closet.
What if we walk in on someone playing 7 Minutes to Heaven and then...
Well, then we can surprise them when they have the dick out.
Blackmail.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want us to blow up your spot.
Okay, I feel like there's gonna be lots of people in the servants' quarters.
Yeah, I think
so-
janitor closet.
But that's also near the ballroom, and that's not necessarily...
Who's
where
going to
we
be in the
wanna-
ballroom? There's no ball going on.
There's
No, she
there-
said there was going to be a big announcement.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big
Everyone was
gathering.
coming to the thing, yeah.
Is it a ball?
No, she's making an announcement, right?
Yeah, everyone's coming
That's
to
why all the
castle.
people are like hypnotically walking
So we
towards
need
the
to
palace.
avoid anywhere there's going to be a big public gathering. Honestly, I feel like the kitchen is the best bet. Because I have the fewest number of people there. It's
We don't
easy
know
to-
that yet.
Okay.
I mean,
Maybe we just go up to each door and listen and see if there's people.
This takes so long. Okay, fine.
No, we can just go up each. I'll go to janitor closet.
Okay. So
Oh wait,
definitely
no, that's the
no.
one by the ballroom. We don't
Yep.
want to do that.
I want to do that.
Okay, then you go.
Okay, I'm
each one of you wants a different door.
Okay.
I just want to listen at the door and see
Yeah.
if there's people.
Okay, yeah, we can all go listen
Okay.
at different doors then.
going to listen to the janitor's door.
I'm gonna go to the servants' quarter.
Cool.
You want to go to the torture chamber?
No.
Wait, actually, no. Aren't we looking for Silver Scale? Or no, he's in Auredane. Never
He's in
mind.
Auredane.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
I'm just thinking maybe there's an ally in the torture chambers.
I mean, we did go into the jail looking for like a priest or whatever.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
found the place without him.
I'm going to listen at my door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So you're at the supply closet?
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
the janitor closet.
go
Yes.
to the watchtower actually.
Cool.
No, you know what? Torture chamber might be interesting. I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a very crowded.
What's your perception check, Kiku?
I got 22.
Very nice. So the closet, there's definitely no one in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can hear the dull roar of a lot of people gathered nearby.
Darn.
What did you roll for?
12.
Jenna? 12. You listen, and you can hear a single conversation.
So probably two people.
Yeah. You were at the torture chamber, and you get there, and you put your ear to the door, and you just hear, ah, and a whip crack.
Okay, well, I leave then.
All right, here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I think we should go into the janitor's closet and take. There might be uniforms in the janitor's closet.
Did you
we don't
see
have to
uniforms in the janitor's
No, I didn't go
closet?
in, but there's nobody in the closet. We just go into the closet and then we leave. Get the uniforms, go to the servants' quarters.
I guess we can look for some uniforms in the janitor's closet and then go to the
There-
service quarters.
There are, I think, only two people in the servants' quarters. I only heard one conversation.
Okay, great. Then we should bustle on through there before anyone else arrives.
Yes. So, closet, look for uniforms, servants' quarters.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You go to the janitor's closet, and you open up the door. So it is barred also, but if there's no one watching, you just jimmy it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And you go in, and there's a whole bunch of like cleaning equipment and stuff. There is a door on the other side. You can see people, like the shadows of people moving past and loud voices. There is a uniform here in the closet. It is stained really badly. There's like a big unidentifiable stain on the chest that goes from like up here all the way down. But the uniform itself is a fairly elaborate suit with coattails. It has a fluffy cravat-like tie, and the overcoat and pants are made out of what looks to be crimson silk.
Ooh, beautiful.
Do we get the feeling this is maybe not like a servant's uniform? It seems kind of fancy to me.
So you get the sense that this would be the uniform for either, I don't know, like a high-class servant or a butler or someone else like that. Because Lady Carnelian is pretty wealthy.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take.
just your size.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
So you put it on, and it's a little saggy on you, but it,
It's fine.
it fits well enough.
Do I have anything for that?
Do you have anything for the stain?
I was gonna
let's get out of the. Actually, I'm gonna take some cleaning stuff too.
Cool.
I
You take
mean,
like
I
a
could
mop
just
and a bucket.
kind of paint over it.
Yeah. Is that all there's there?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
You paint up a new shirt,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay. Let me get a good look at so I can make some for everyone. I guess we
Just
take
do
some
some
time.
modeling. Just do a little.
Spray tan me.
Go ahead and make me. Let's see. What kind of check would this be to
Let me
replicate a
do a
suit?
Bless on you, or
I
guidance.
feel like it could be like a
Performance?
perception, so you can see all the details.
Ooh, there's an idea. Okay.
Don't miss the details.
Can convince me of which skill you want to use.
I want to use persuasion because I want to make it a convincing looking outfit.
Okay, I buy that.
Okay.
So, but use either intelligence or dexterity as a skill rather than charisma.
Okay.
Let me cast guidance on you.
Okay.
You get an extra D4.
Okay. So, what's the difference between?
So,
Intelligence.
take a look at the bonus you've got for
Yeah.
You can
Right.
reverse engineer this.
Okay, so it's +7 instead of +10.
Cool.
Oh darn! Add your guidance too.
16, 20 non-natural.
Very nice. And whose suit are you doing?
Sorry.
Whose clothes are you doing?
Sarah first. I
Cool.
guess.
Biggest.
Yeah, Sarah. This actually looks really sharp on you.
Oh, yeah.
Very large, well-fitted red silk suit, fluffy tie. There's a little like black cummerbund right here. It's a damn good suit.
Got you a little hair wrap so you can like have a little your hair concealed too. It looks sharp. You should let me
Yeah.
dress you more often.
That looks really good.
I think I do prefer my priestly garments.
Oh,
but
well,
this
for
is
special
pretty nice.
occasions.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
going to my communion.
Do you have like a personal effect still on you?
Ooh, well, I mean, I've got all of my fucking beads.
Cool.
But I'm gonna like shove them into the cravat. Yeah. Maybe I can do like a cool weaving thing with all the ruffles.
Under the ruffle, yeah. Cool. Let's do that one more time for you.
Okay.
Can I cast guidance again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cantrip.
Like what?
It's a nice cantrip.
Yeah.
Well, there's a nat 20, so
Yeah.
Of course, trying to make hers a little bit nicer.
Like the thread count on yours is much higher.
That's Egyptian cotton, baby.
Organic silk.
Grass-fed silk.
Unlike the normal silkworms
Cage-free,
that eat
cruelty-free
meat
silkworms. Yeah.
free range.
Free-range silkworms.
We just let them crawl all over us.
and weave their tapestry right on me.
Oh.
We use them for what was that game show that was scary?
Fear factor. Okay.
It's like really well tailored, nice cinch here, and you know, voluminous.
Voluptuous. It has butt pads.
Voluminous cravat, sort of spill it down like that.
Ooh, you trying to impress someone?
Everyone, usually,
Cool.
you
So,
should be impressed.
Are we gonna Valorith?
Valorith says, I hope to attract as little attention to myself as possible. And she's actually taken her armor off and sort of shoved
Good.
it into the bag of holding.
Ooh.
Look at you. Oh,
Yeah.
you're even smaller than you were.
Her shoulders have like shrunk significantly.
What is she wearing under the armor?
She has. So her armor has this, like, it integrates that big old coat she's got,
Oh,
but
yeah.
she's taken that off too. She has a pretty simple white shirt that ties up with laces and just like black trousers.
Okay.
You sure you don't want a uniform? I feel like that would help you blend in.
What about the scar?
No, you
covered
make
it
up
up.
that up.
Oh, right. Okay.
She looks like an
Yes.
old person.
Yeah, she looks like an old grandma.
Right.
Actually, can I borrow your cloak?
Yes, don't get it dirty.
You love dirt.
I do, but like dirt that I put on it.
So she takes it and she like hunches over and she does she have her sword? I always forget if she has
No,
it.
No, we
no,
don't.
no,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so she hunches over down to like 410 and she has this big old
410 Ratu.
has this big old cloak over her and she just looks like this hunchbacked old grandma now.
Oh, it's
like,
bring your mom to work day.
She's our mother, yes, all three of us.
big adopted family. This
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Well, all right. What's your alibi? What's your persona?
Yes, what's your name? Because I think it. Which one of you was Jebenezer?
I'm Jebenezer.
Jebenezer, Abraham, and Grog Diabello. What is your name,
How are
mother?
you?
Sassafras McSass.
No.
Sass.
Wow, how could I ever beat that?
Megan. You look like a Megan.
Megan? What the fuck? What the fuck is Megan? Zendaya is Megan?
I forgot that meme.
I'm Megan Sarsaparilla. That's
I don't
my
like
name.
that.
Excellent. Moving on.
You don't have to like it.
We're going to servants'
What
quarters
about
now.
Dougal? How do you feel about Dougal?
Oh, I
That's
hate
bad.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on the servants' quarters door.
it. And you hear "oh" from inside, and then footsteps. The bar. And it opens up, and there is this older gentleman, probably about 55, looking, silver hair. Hello?
Is he wearing our uniform?
Yes.
We all visibly kind of relax. We're in the right place. Okay.
So sorry. We kind of locked ourselves out. Do you think we could just scoot on in?
I don't recognize any of you.
When
Jebenezer, Abraham.
Grog Diabello.
We were
Diamond.
hired to help with the influx of people that are coming today.
And you're coming out of the caves?
Somebody thought it would be a fun prank to tell us that
Make a
that
deception check.
Okay.
All of us?
Yes, in fact, all of you.
No.
Do that.
I know.
Maybe I can't do that.
Yeah. 7.
Oh, 12.
Wow, amazing. All of you
We got
failed.
lost in the woods. There are woods in there.
So this old man,
But we're so charming.
We have uniforms.
That's true, we should have advantage.
I don't think so.
They told us this was the servants' entrance.
He turns his back on you and looks to the other person in the room and says, Jacqueline, I need security up here.
Wait, no. We're sorry. We're just trying to get an audience
Yeah, what else do you have?
with Miss with Lady Carnelia. We're performers. We're really trying to get our break.
Make me a
and we
persuasion
thought
check.
that this was the.
Performers locked in the dungeon. We just escaped from the torture chamber because we were so bad.
22.
22. You see his face soften somewhat.
We've all been there.
And he says,
Look, I wanted to be a magician.
listen, kid. I feel for you. I understand what the life of a young artist is like. I was there once too myself.
I thought so. I thought I
Don't
sort of
cry, don't
sensed.
cry. We'll make it big someday.
I sense the kindred soul in you. You get it though, right? You have to sort of make opportunities for yourself wherever they present them.
Yes, I get it. So, I do feel bad for you, but we are going to have to check you out. we're gonna have to make sure that we get security up here.
Earn our keep. You know, like we.
So Jacqueline has left the room.
Shit! We have to do. What do you?
I mean, what do you put us to work? You know, we've got the uniforms already. Like, we might as well sort of help out around here. No pay, obviously.
And if we do a little acting on the side, who's that gonna hurt?
Yeah, you know, it's just the exposure that really helps. Can you please get Jacqueline back here? It's a little.
He's starting to get very unnerved by this. His jovial expression has vanished from his face the more you try and sell this bit.
No, I have nothing for this.
I have nothing. Where am I?
Can I do like a quick little performance to persuade him further of how talented we are?
Tap dance.
He says, come out into the room with me, all right? I'm going to make sure you don't go anywhere until we get someone back to check you out.
I cast Enthrall.
Ooh.
You weave a distracting string of words, causing creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear you to make a wisdom saving throw. Any creature that can't be charmed, blah, 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 blah.
Did he get a nat 20?
He's a fucking genius. He's been around the block.
He's the drama professor to do that. You're too aware of what kind of bullshit people can espouse.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. So he's been in the business of performance for a long time.
We are actors.
He's been making ends meet with this job as a servant for a while.
Okay. Can I look around the room? Actually, no.
So I conjure, I start playing music, and there's this big light show. It's supposed to make him, it's supposed to give him disadvantage on wisdom checks to perceive anyone except for me. But I guess he's just, not impressed.
He's like, I've been to the laser dome. This is nothing.
Like picture this, you were doing big flourishes, doves are flying out, John Woo style, there's a spotlight on you.
There's sparks fly out at a concert stage.
Yeah, and as doves fly past him, wind whips his hair around and confetti flies in his face, just dead expression the entire time.
I'm tired of this. I go up with my fucking fist. You know in Princess Bride, where Andre the Giant just kind of tops the guy on the head and falls down?
Make me an attack roll.
Okay, this is so sad.
How do I do that again?
What did you do?
How do I play D&D?
Jesus, Jen. You were here last week. D20 roll, add your strength and your proficiency bonus, please.
This is the worst audience I've ever had. I haven't felt this humiliated since
my alarm strike is +5.
Yes,
that's
there we
what
are.
It is.
Yes.
Ooh. So that's a 24.
Very nice.
Does that hit the serpent man?
Yes. So how much damage does that do?
3 bludgeoning. Is he dead? I just want to knock him out. I don't want to kill him.
So he has 2 hit points.
No!
And you go, boom!
You didn't knock him out.
And he just falls unconscious and crumples.
Nice.
That was terrible.
Wait, I want to catch him actually.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save?
And if you don't, he dies.
That's a 6. Okay, I try.
You try to catch with the other hand.
You try to catch him, but he's so heavy. Because he's an actor. He's keeping it in shape.
And he
does Suzuki. That's a good joke for us.
Man, I found that very funny. So he just falls on the ground in front of you.
That's a problem solved. Can we go?
Wait, I want to search him.
We gotta go find Jacqueline.
Wait, I want to search him.
Okay, you're going through something and I go out the door.
Wait, I have to search him.
I'm just gonna go out the door.
Okay, you look over him, and what is happening?
Yeah, what's wrong?
What is it,
None of the spells worked. Oh no, I'm not a performer anymore.
That's Sarah.
That's your inner tone.
Connor's am I good at what I do? Should I be in this line of business?
No, she's having an anxiety attack.
Oh my god. I just want to see if he has keys.
Oh man. Yes, he has keys.
I'm gonna take the keys.
Cool. You get this big ring of keys, big brass ring. There's 8 different keys on here. You've got it. You right into your belt.
All right, let's go.
I think
let's
maybe
get out
I
of
should
here.
join a monastery or
Ring on
something.
time. Let's go.
You can find Jesus later, you know.
I don't. I would just be going back into the business.
Yeah.
Into the wrestling business.
Maybe you should do that. Let's go.
Blacklisted there.
Okay, we gotta one thing at a time. Let's go.
You're in the servants' quarters. There is one door out of here. It's the door that Jacqueline left through, and so you head towards this door. You look out, and you find yourselves in a long hallway. And this whole castle, it's got walls made up of red stone. There is this eerie reddish vapor that seems to pervade the entire place.
Can we see?
Is there like a sign that says this way too?
Hell no.
Does the vapor move
We cannot read.
like it moves with us?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a perception check to see which way Jacqueline went.
Nice.
Hey,
It's a 21.
So there is a faint vapor trail that is heading down to your right, and you can see at the end of this hallway there is a staircase that spirals downward.
Okay, we're going
on
left.
the right side. You turn left, and you down the left hallway is a big double door.
That's a ballroom.
Why would we want to follow?
And the servants' quarters is on
Jacqueline?
the 3rd floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, we don't want to follow her. We want to be out of here.
I know, we're going left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go left and you make your way to the big double door. It's this lovely oaken thing with golden filigree, and you're going to try and open it?
I'm gonna see if it has any traps or locks.
Yes.
God, I'm just perceiving everything today.
Tico sees all.
17.
17. You look deep into the door's eyes, and you.
Yeah, is there a keyhole you can look through?
There is a keyhole you can look through, actually, and as you're examining the mechanism, there is a trap on the door. There is a thin silver wire that leads from the handle back into the door itself. And you look at the keyhole, and through it, you can see this leads out into a grand central staircase.
Okay, staircase. So the wire trap. Does it seem like if I use a key, it won't activate?
No, I think it's like one of those things that James Bond used to do where you put a hair on it, and if someone... Or no, it's probably that spell that Caleb uses all the time on Critical Role.
So Tico, what you see is that... actually, go ahead and make me an intelligence check. Just sort of go back through the records of your brain as far as wire traps go.
Okay.
You can do it.
Not to be confused with the wire tap.
Hey, 17.
Very nice. So you actually have seen trap doors like this before, and it's attached to a mechanism inside the lock, and if the lock is turned either by picking or by using a key, it will slacken the wire, and so it won't snap when the handle is pulled.
Okay.
So unlocking the door should also disarm the trap.
Okay, I'm just gonna try the key.
Cool. You go through a couple of keys.
Okay. Well, I got a 21 perception. I feel like I know which key it is.
Brass door, brass key. Yes, and eventually you find the right key, and trying the wrong one doesn't like set off the trap or anything. So you go click, and the wire does slacken, and you turn the handle, you open the door, and you find all three of yourselves out on... Oh yes, with Valorith too. And you find all four of yourselves out in this big central room. It goes up, easily 10 stories, and down 3 more to a main juncture. And it just winds its way around the outside of this chamber stairs.
Well, if I was a vampire, I think I would live on the top floor.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
we know she
that's
lives in
really
a tower. I think
Yeah.
that's safe to
Yeah.
assume.
Up at the very top of this room, you can actually see some wooden scaffolding, and above that, in very dim light, a brass bell up at the very top.
Oh, scaffolding? Like they're remodeling around it?
Yeah.
Are there doors?
Okay. I will.
Up there.
Jenna will remember this.
Are there like doors up there?
Yeah.
There is a ladder from the uppermost level that leads up into the bell.
Okay.
Okay, so if we get caught by someone again, we need to get our story straight this time. What are we doing if someone catches us going up the stairs?
I feel like it would help if we had some props with us.
I got
Didn't
a
you
bucket.
grab a bucket?
I
Yeah.
got a bucket.
And a mop?
I'm
We're
cleaning.
so we're gonna clean up a mess.
We're
'cause
cleaning the bell.
The bell?
The bell
No,
needs
they're
cleaning.
remodeling it. You can't touch something while it's being fixed.
Really?
Well, it would go
What if
bad.
one
I
of the
think.
guests wandered up somewhere they weren't supposed to while they were drunk? They threw up, and we're like, okay, we have to go clean it up now.
Yes.
Valorith.
Okay.
Valorith is the drunk guest.
Okay.
Come on, Grandma. You're
All right.
Okay, let's upstairs. Go.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's scurry.
You go up the stairs. It's long and exhausting. I'd like you all to make Constitution saves,
Oh, come
please,
on.
as you hustle it up 10 flights of stairs.
Constitution saving?
Yes.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
20. Non-natural.
Okay. 10 is all you needed.
Oh, thank God.
So you were fine.
What would have happened?
You might have gained a level of exhaustion.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's just stairs, as tiring as stairs can be. So you make it up to the very top level. There is a door here, but there's also the ladder that leads up into the bell tower. Which path would you like to take?
Do you want to scurry up the bell tower just real quick and see what you can see?
Valorith says, so I don't think her quarters are up in the bell tower. I don't think she would live up there. It's not nearly fancy enough, but there might be something up there.
Might be something.
Yeah, I think it might be worth just going to see real quick.
Yeah,
Alright.
getting the view, as it were.
Yeah, I'm gonna scurry up the bell tower.
Cool. You scurry up to the bell tower, and it is open to the air. You can see the land spread out before you, from the volcano to the land of Kylumbra in the distance to even Bloodrock Delve not far away. And you, as you feel the wind on your face, you can see another tower here in the castle. It's a little bit lower than the bell tower. There is a light from within, and the window is open. Make me a perception check. Let's see what you can see from inside that window.
Well, that is.
Oh, are we all up there?
Yeah, why
I
not?
thought we were.
Oh,
Why
okay.
not?
That's cocked.
Sorry, 13.
13.
16.
16. Saranon, you spot this. You see that inside of that other tower, which is probably 20 feet, 10 feet down, 30 feet away from where the bell is, that there is a luxurious-looking four-poster bed. There are beautiful portraits, and a portrait you recognize of Lady Carnelian herself, a writing desk, and all sorts of other lavish adornments.
But does it seem to be empty?
You don't see any movement from within.
Sarah, what do your elven eyes see?
I'm an orc.
Your orcish eyes see. I'm sorry, it's from my favorite wrestling storyline. It's called
People.
Happy 1 year, babe. No, so, okay, so that tower is definitely Lady Carnelian's bedroom.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I don't see anyone inside. So I'm thinking instead of trying to get in through the front door, we shimmy out here, go across the roof.
On the roof. Yeah.
Valorith says, I have rope.
Yes, we
Well,
all
we all have
rope.
rope, Valorant.
Jeez, tough crowd.
And mine's camping rope, so wink.
Yeah, I don't need rope.
Silk
what?
rope,
Why?
you bastard.
Smoking. It takes
The
the
whole
edge
rope?
off.
Just smoke on rope.
Smoking some rope.
Yeah. No, you just
Rope dope?
roll a little bit and you smoke it.
Y'all.
I don't think you should be doing that,
That's
Sarah.
Temp.
I don't
So
think
different. Anyway.
It's for religious purposes.
God.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So, I don't. How
You
far
can
is
leave
it
them
from
off
here
here.
to the.
Oh, landed right in there.
How far is it from here to the roof?
It's about, from here to the roof, you'll have to make a bit of a jump or, like, climb the wall, but it's only about 10, it's about 15 feet.
Well, couldn't we
from
do
the
like
bell
a
tower.
rope system?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can.
absolutely.
All right. Because
So-
we all have rope.
Yeah, so you've all got rope. So you make that happen. You get onto the roof, and I'd like all of you to make an acrobatics check to keep your balance on this heavily,
Can I cast
heavily
guidance on
graded.
myself?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heavily graded.
Okay, okay.
Thank God. Okay. I needed that.
21.
Nice,
15.
nice,
16.
nice. And Valorith,
He's dead.
I thought you had rope.
she Gastons it off this. What's that? That's Valorith
make
falling
that
off the
noise.
roof.
That's
I
us
also
making
have
a
rope.
sound effect.
Oh, thanks. Valorith hears from across the void. Valorith has a 13, but she managed to secure herself with her rope as she crosses the rooftop.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice one, Valorith.
Thanks. Thanks.
Don't die, Grandma.
What is it, whippersnapper?
Good. Thanks for saying yes.
Yes, and.
Yeah, but her performance check is only a 4, so like it's really shitty. She tried her best, though.
It's true. Participation is key.
Okay.
All right, look in the window.
So you make your way to the roof right next to the window.
We get over to the tower and I'm like, okay, Tico, are you ready? And then grab me by the waist and then just loop like a fucking periscope.
This is canon now. You lift Tico up. Tico, you look in the
King
window.
of the Pride, I think you.
Oh, yes, you are my Simba.
So you look into this room, and it's true what you saw earlier. There's no one in this room, but you also don't see a teleportation circle. What you do see is
Tico doesn't know what that is.
That's fair. Is next to the bed. There is another door, wooden door, beautiful mahogany inlaid with gold. That seems to lead into another adjacent chamber.
Okay.
And I put you back down. Now we good?
Oh, and of course the door out of the tower.
Yeah, they're both closed though.
Yeah, they're both closed.
Okay, yeah, I think there's nobody in there, and there's 2 doors in there, so she might be in the other one.
Okay, well, we can at least get into the bedroom and prepare.
You just gotta be real quiet.
Okay, and I get you back up.
Yeah, totally. If you need to look at stuff on your phone for the game, feel free to have it up.
Okie dokie.
That's fine. So do you just hoist Tico up into the?
Yeah. I'm tall enough.
Valorith looks at you and says, "Hey, can you do that for me too?"
Oh yes, it's a little. Would you also like a lift? Yeah!
No, we have to be quiet!
And bring you back down.
And in you go, into the window,
and I just kind of lift up and I do like a pull-up or 2.
And in you go. You are all in this chamber, and this place is just opulent. It's extravagant. It's too much. Yes.
So I'm gonna go to the door that leads out of the tower.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna open it. I'm going to inscribe a glyph on this door. It's the shape of a 4-pointed crown. And this is a thing that will do something when someone
does something else.
Oh, it's a glyph of warding.
Yes, a glyph of warding.
Are you going to just use a warding spell, or are you going to place a new spell inside of the glyph?
I am trying to figure that out right now. So I can either do like an explosive rune, or I can do a spell glyph.
Yeah, so if you're just trying to conserve your spell slots, then the explosive rune is probably your best option.
Okay. Although with the spell glyphs, can it only be spells that you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm actually gonna put a spell in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let's see. Sorry, I'm taking a hot minute.
That's okay. While you're looking for that, what are the rest of you doing here in the room?
I'm trying to figure out if we have 10 minutes.
10 whole
Because
minutes.
that way I could do detect magic and find the transmutation circle.
Cool.
I'm gonna just take a quick little thief look. Just a little thief peek.
Okay.
See what I can
make me a perception check. Search the room.
Oh, wow. Well, it's a 9.
You get distracted by how plush the carpet is.
It's just nicer than anything I've ever seen before.
I mean, it's a pretty nice carpet. But you do find one thing. You don't really get to your whole search of the room because you get distracted by a lamp on her desk.
I've seen this movie.
Sexy leg lamp.
It looks like an oil lamp, but it is glowing with red light internally. And as you lift the little glass casing off of it, and there is a single polished marble of red stone in a little metal holder that is glowing with internal light.
Can I take it?
Absolutely. And it's warm to the touch.
Oh, hot?
It's warm.
Okay.
Like a hot rock, just... Oof, yes. Beach.
Put that on my back and just like chill out for a second.
Yeah, so you've got like a little this-sized marble in the palm of your hand.
Okay. I'm
Wow,
gonna put it in
Lady
my pocket.
Chameleon plays Dungeons and Dragons.
I said size, not shaped.
I know what I want to put in
Yes.
my rune. I'm going to put Phantasmal Force.
Nice.
So whoever opens the door will get a nasty, fearsome illusion.
Cool. I love that spell.
Do we have 10 minutes?
What do you think?
I don't think.
Listen
Well, yeah. Listen
other
at the door.
Yeah. You do
Oh,
it.
me?
You're good at
Okay,
it.
well-
You've done it so far. Wait, let me have a guidance.
Oh, thanks. Thank
Womp
you.
womp.
Well, is this a perception check?
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening, and it's 13.
So you listen at the door, and you don't hear anything, but then you hear a faint noise. It's like a humming. And as you listen, the humming gets a little bit louder, and very soon all of you hear this. And vroom,
I think we should hide.
and then you hear footsteps walking towards you.
Wait, where? Okay, where am I hiding? Under the bed.
Under the bed. Where are you hiding?
What do I have?
What else is in this room? There's a bed,
There's a rug, there's a desk, there are portraits, there is a tapestry, there
How big is
are-
the space under the bed?
too small for you. There are curtains by the windows.
I'm rapidly going to start shedding clothes and hop on top of the bed.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Do you want to keep the cravat though?
You place that strategically so it covers your boobs and your cooch, you know? Like in a movie.
Is the cravat that long?
What?
Is it? If you
What?
untangle it, it's like a scarf.
What state of undress is Crown
Yeah,
going to
come
find
on.
herself in?
You're taking all your armor off for. Yeah, this. It doesn't take like 10 minutes.
Armor only. All I have on is my armor.
Wait, then you like look like you're ready to fight.
Yeah, but everything else is
Love is a battlefield.
It's like it's like I have this, like ab plate, and it's, for gladiators and like that kind of stuff.
I'm
I have
gonna-
gauntlets under my gloves.
I'm gonna, since I'm so tall, just lever myself back over the balcony onto the roof. I'm out of here.
What is
I got my shoes still on.
Oh god.
You're going to hate me. The door opens, and you hear a male voice say, "My lady, I'm here."
No, it's your dad!
and it says, and he looks over.
All the bits are strategically covered.
Yeah, oh, of course. And he looks over at you, and his face just turns into a scowl, and he says, "This is embarrassing, Crown, even for you."
Oh my god.
Damn, I didn't think you had anything to talk. Like, where are you? What pedestal are you talking from? Shit. I start like picking up my clothes.
Oh my god.
God, I thought I was gonna get laid. You have to ruin everything, Dad. What are you doing here?
I feel like Sarah just fell off the roof. Like,
Sarah's laying down on the roof like, this would happen. This would happen.
Valorant is against the wall, like Sedge like opened the door right in front of her, and she's just like, he's like,
Chico is hiding now just out of pure embarrassment. Like pure secondhand
Just
embarrassment.
rolled up like a film hug.
This is what you get for being horny in D&D. Horny in D&D.
At least now it's being filmed.
Oh my god.
and he says, honestly, I should be asking you the same question. What are you doing here?
You're gonna catch yourself a vampire. Damn, mind your business. Sometimes you kids do things. You don't need to know all of them, you know?
Are your friends here?
What friends?
Uh-huh.
You don't even know any of my friends' names. God.
I mean, you're right about that. What can I say? It wasn't important to me the first time I met them.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they're not your friends, of course, so.
There's like a goblet of wine by the and I'm just
I'm here because I
turn around, I'm dressing.
Yeah, I'm balcony,
Jump out the window.
I catch you perfectly. I'm like dressing my clothes.
Go.
Perfect.
Valorant just like slips around the door back out to her.
Valorith is petrified. And he says, I actually came here because I was here to invite Lady Carnelian to something of a spectacle.
Oh, what's going on? I love a spectacle.
There is a bit of a disturbance back home.
Uh-huh.
Someone...
as in our time. Oh, by the way, we're like in the future, huh? You didn't tell us that? You didn't think that would be important?
I didn't think it would be quite as interesting if I just told you.
Oh, shitty thing to do. Thanks, though. Yeah, I saw there's like a big hullabaloo going on at the castle, too. I don't know if you knew about that, so I just thought I'd check it out.
Yes. Crowner,
Uh-huh.
you want to go home, don't you?
Sure thing. I mean, I think everyone involved does.
Everything that's happened here. Are you dressed?
No, lots of bits.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm semi-dressed by now. I'm dressed.
Everything that's happened here. Everything that happened to your homeland, to your parents, to Elo in this time. All of that. Well, I regret it very much. I'm happy to have you as my beloved daughter. And he makes a grand flourish with his hands as he says this. But I can tell that all of this, it isn't exactly your speed.
Things could be better, I would say. It's not the future I would have hoped for Auredane.
What's up?
The second I hopped over the balcony, I started casting Detest Magic.
Oh.
Detest magic.
That's a good spell. That's a good spell.
Yeah, detect magic.
That's
So
a
I'm,
ring of
like,
the Grammarian spell right
as
there.
close to the tower as I can, be like hands kind of as close to the balcony as I can without them showing through, and I'm just concentrating.
Cool. There's a lot of magic ambient around this tower, but that other room that Zed just came out of, crazy. It's like lit up
That
with
makes
magic.
sense. He probably came through the
Yeah.
portal. All
Yeah,
right.
I think we could have.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah. Not your speed. I like it rather a lot. I think there's a lot of opportunity in a world that has fallen so far.
Opportunity to make it a better world?
Opportunity to make it a better world for myself and the people I care about.
I see the logic in that.
Why don't you come back with me to Kailumbra? If Lady Carnelian isn't here, and I don't want to waste time, let me show you the spectacle. Let me take your friends along too. Why not?
What's the spectacle you keep talking about?
Someone tried to pull the sword from Elo's chest. It ended quite poorly for them.
Oh. I see. Are you going to take us to meet this someone?
Who's us?
Or whatever's
No one
left of
knows
them.
you. Jesus, no, we don't have any. Anyone new?
What do you say?
Or whatever's left of them. Like I said, it didn't turn out too well.
Well, I'd certainly like to see the great corpse of Elo. That's sort of that's a object of fascination to anyone, right? Yes. If you'll take my friends along as well.
What is she doing?
Of course.
What friends?
I don't want to go.
No one else is here.
The talking's not very. Hey guys, I'm dressed. Come on.
Oh,
I'm like leaning out the window and be like,
Crowna.
we're going on a trip.
We didn't know you were here.
Yeah, we were looking for you everywhere, and we just decided to come to the city.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Maybe we should all talk separately from your dad and just sort of talk.
Yeah, catch up. It's been so long.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I pick you up from the balcony.
Wait, hold on for a second. I look at Val. I like make eye contact with Valor. I'm like,
Valorith shrugs her shoulders and goes,
Dad, if you could move to. Sedge, if you could move to the.
He steps aside. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no. And then as Sarah pulls Crowna down.
What are you doing? You could take us anywhere.
I mean, better the devil we know, right? Look, we wanted to get to Kailumbra. We've got a straight shot to where we're trying to go now.
I don't know.
And we avoid the prospect of dealing with Lady Carnelian
I
completely.
thought you wanted to deal with Lady Carnelian.
It's not my top priority, believe it or not.
We do need to get to Kailumbra.
Yeah.
He does know how to use the transportation
He won't hurt me.
He won't hurt you, but what about us?
I can strike bargains with him. I can put things over
don't
his
make deals
head.
with the devil.
Too late.
Yeah, what is his motive? Like, what would it be his motive for taking us there?
I opened the book that I got at the last session. Hey y'all. You there?
Hmm?
Does the book make that noise?
Yeah.
Hey, so Sedge is here. We're about to go on a little bit of a trip with him to Kailumbra. Do you think this is advisable? You think he's gonna want something?
The many opinions of the book are split. There are, like, the first initial reactions are say, no, not a chance, don't do it. And then trickling in afterwards, there are several assenting opinions as well. Definitely.
So it's kind of like Yelp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a solid like 3-star average, but like all the reviews are either 5 or 1.
Do you think he's going to at least do what he said he's going to do? Do you think he's going to take us to where he's said he's going to take us?
There's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of just like simple answers here, but the one answer that stands out in your mind is the phrase, Sedge is a man of his word.
Okay. I think devils are kind of orderly people. They say they're going to do something, they'll do it. It might not be exactly what you wanted, but our aims are very simple. We can deal with whatever complications on the way.
Yeah, fine. We need to get going, though. I don't think Lady Carnelian is gonna be gone long.
All right, Valorith, you with us?
Just peeking back up a little bit.
Valorith leans over and says, this has gone way off the rails, but I'll go with you.
Okay, yeah.
Cool, and I just start lifting people back up.
I don't know how else you're gonna get out of here anyway. You're stuck up a tower and you're an old lady.
And there's a cliff on the door so nobody can get out.
Sedge is sitting on the edge of the bed. He's got his arms crossed, and he says, I saw Astrid recently.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you do that too?
No, I didn't.
You didn't, but I think
I saw
Nico did.
Astrid,
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that go down?
She kicked my ass.
Yeah, I heard. Good for her. God, you deserve it. Shit.
Yes, you're probably right. Here, we should hurry along. And he opens up the door and walks over towards the massive teleportation circle that takes up the entire room on the other side of the door. And he says, now hold hands, everyone. You'll need to. And he holds out his 2 hands.
Okay.
I grab Valorith and Tico.
I grab Crowna and
Me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if this works.
no,
I guess.
it does. And then Valorith is like,
Yeah, Valor's over there.
Valorith
It's like
and
this.
Crowna are holding hands with
Yeah.
Sedge.
and he says an arcane word, and the sigil flares with light, and you feel very uncomfortable, as if your body is every molecule of your body is turning to water and then dripping away like rain.
Oh, great, we're dying.
And then, just as you feel a little bit of panic clutch at your heart, you're back in one piece. And you are being assailed by chill winds and a little bit of freezing sleet. And as you blink through the disorientation, you find yourselves in the streets of a bizarre city, perhaps? It's as if a city full of towers had been blasted away, and every single one of these towers had been knocked over like dominoes, and the entire city seems to radiate out from a single point. And as you follow the vanishing lines towards this point, about 300 feet away from you is a glowing red mass. It is easily 500 feet tall, and it is in the form of a human who is on his knees with his hands out in front of him, hunched over, head down, with a proportionally minuscule sword plunged into his chest.
Okay, before we go anywhere, Valorith, put your armor back on, and I want my cloak back. It's cold.
Okay, Valorith puts her coat back on. You get your cloak. You're all good.
Can I see, is the kind of glowing red from Elo the same as the kind in the ball that I have in my pocket?
Yes.
Ooh.
It is identical in coloration.
Concentrated Elo juice.
I got some Elo blood.
What's the ball again?
It's a little lamp that Valorith had.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I do a quick... Oh, not quick, it's a ritual.
Okay.
Can I do... probably identify. Yeah, just on it real quick. I want to know its properties and how to use them.
Of the ball?
Yeah.
Oh.
And if
I
it
didn't
needs
give
a
you the
2-minute...
ball.
I want to look at it, though.
Give it to me. Is this a ritual? Is it a 10-minute ritual you're doing?
Well, I guess
So
we
just
can do it while Valor's putting her armor back on.
Okay, cool.
Can I also look, do I see the wall here?
It's very... So you turn directly around. And
Still spin.
yeah. And very far away, you're on top of kind of this craggy mountaintop, and down near the water, far off and down at the bottom of these mountains, there is, it looks like a tall fence that every so often the slack beams that are hanging from the posts seem to course with a silvery red light. Just
Okay.
So it seems like some sort of electricity.
So you've heard of this.
It's
It's the wall of souls that surrounds Kalumbra. And so you identify this thing, and it is a pearl of sanguinite, and it has several uses. One, you can throw it and cause a fireball to explode from it, and the other is you can take its magical power into you to restore a spell slot of 3rd level or lower.
Oh, I should not have this.
Or you could throw it and go.
I guess that's true. I kind of was like, I want to put it back in Elo. I'm like, boop.
Boop.
Just
A little bit.
hole where the... Yeah, exactly.
It's a little ending to Moana right there.
Here's a little blood transfusion.
You keep it for now.
Okay.
It might come in handy for you.
So you... Okay. Sedge looks at you and says, I didn't really expect you to come along with me.
Why not? You kind of roll the punches.
You've been so adamant in the past about pushing me away, about keeping me at arm's length or farther. Why the sudden change of heart? Are you that desperate to get back home? Do you think I really have the ability to do that?
I would like to get back home. That's not my first priority anymore. I want to make sure that there are people in the past who I care about, and I don't want this to be the world they inherit. And I think if you want to take care of yours and yourself and the people you care about, then that should be your goal too.
You're right. Protecting the people that I care about, first and foremost of which is number one. You're right. Walk with me, all of you. And he begins walking West Wing style towards towards the glowing being. And I know it's a little while, but we will trade over.
Okay.
Yeah. And he says, all of this happened because 3 gods messed up big time.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Their plan wasn't wrong, but, and I can only speak for Elo, what he did infuriated the people who trusted him. His plan was there was no plan. It was panic. Panic from the start to the finish. And when the people who trusted him, who put their lives in his hands, learned that there was no plan, that he had nothing to offer them, it shattered their faith. They turned against him. And a man who calls himself the Shooting Star plunged his sword into Elo's chest and killed him. As much as you can kill a god, anyway. You seem to have a question.
Oh, I just wanted to know who the Shooting Star was.
He was the leader of a crew he was chief among Elo's disciples. And in that moment he called himself the leader of the Godsworn.
Wait, that's us.
I have had encounters with them.
Yes. They swore their lives to Elo. And now they're dead and gone. They're extinct here. There are no vestige of human life remains in Kailumbra, but in their time they were so furious that they had sworn their lives to the gods, they took up that name in bitter irony.
I see. And all this happened because the gods are just sort of running away from actually taking responsibility.
That's exactly it.
I get that as an impulse. It's kind of been the impetus of a lot of my life's decisions. But there comes a point that's not a solution. The gods swore, and I think they were right to be angry. Maybe not to kill this god, but what the gods did was unforgivable because it brought about this future.
It is.
But luckily, we are a couple of badasses, and we are the right people for the jobs to fix this.
How?
Play by ear.
Even now, Krauna, your sister is trying to avert this dread future.
Atta girl.
She's doing her best. But she's going to learn something when she tries to avert it that will pain her.
And that is?
I don't want you to hear it from me. But let me tell you this, Krauna. If there's one lesson to be learned from all this pain, it's that the only solution is to face your problems head on.
I think I'm getting that now.
And as you say that, there is a tremor in the earth, and Elo, who has until now been motionless, shudders. And you see this massive hand that is manacled down to the ground shift forward as his shoulders slump. And Sedge looks up and says, "That must be them doing it right now. Fate is changing before our very eyes. The echoes of what their actions are causing should be here any minute. And as he speaks those words, 6 crimson specters flare into life around the base of Elo's knees and begin to slowly tread towards you. Unfortunately, I've sworn oaths that prevent me from directly assailing these beings.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure.
But I will help you 4 in any way I can.
Yeah, you fucking better, dude.
I
What?
want to look at the assailants.
Yeah.
Do
What do
I
they look like?
recognize them?
Make me a perception check.
Because I'm worried it's the other 6 gods. 24.
No, they're you.
Yes, I knew it. I knew
Oh
it.
shit! I love us. Do they all have scissors?
The band's back together. These 6 spectral creatures are all shadowy imitations of the 6 Lightbringers.
But you said they were coming towards us.
Yes, and they have weapons drawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess we have to kill them. It seems like what we have to do, right?
This seems like a big
do that.
metaphor.
Yeah, I don't think we should. Well,
Killing them won't harm you. They are the echoes of a future being rewritten, staggering into now.
Okay. Very poetic.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means.
No,
but I
That's
can,
good. You don't have to.
That's great. Yeah, I love that. I just want to play some music, put on a good show.
I would never fight myself.
Well,
what about
yeah.
Crowna?
Well, not now. But if this is past me, then probably.
And the spectral Crowna takes their own sudden death from their back and twirls a bow into the other hand and places the bow to the strings, and vroom, we're going to switch to the other party.
Shit. I love dueling banjos.
All right. Hannah, Gwen, let's get in here.
I don't get it. Why are we fighting ourselves? I don't get it.
You have to kill yourself.
You will get it.
Oh God. Okay.
Hey, welcome back. We've switched over to the Auredane party with Hannah as Mara and Gwen as Astrid. And we're ready to figure out how and why all of this is happening. Let's get into it. I already said previously on at the beginning of this episode, but last thing either of you knew, you were speaking with Lotan Ratu and General Silverscale in his capacity as his god's oracle. Mara was briefly transposed into Tenebrae when... No.
Astrid was.
Astrid was briefly transposed into Tenebrae, and I believe Mara flipped over for a moment too when Tico went. And I believe Mara... No, Astrid was given a letter that Crowna wrote to her. And this is it.
If this makes me cry, I'm gonna beat Cat up.
Hey, would you read it out loud for us?
Oh no. Dear Starlight, what's good? Hoping this missive finds you still straight killing it. Some things you should know. 1. Tenebrae isn't a separate world from Auredane. I'm reading this in character.
Yeah.
It's Auredane's future. When Renault's ritual crashed down on us, we were shunted 500 years into the future, into a reality where the past and present day actions of the gods led to their demises and to an apocalyptic fuckover of mortals. 2. The monster invasion of present-day Auredane was induced by the gods drop-kicking the invaders of the first monster war into your time. To be fair, if I had time-bending powers, I'd use them to put off my responsibilities too.
She would.
3. But I won't do that anymore. Starlight, my dear Astrid, you deserve better, and I've always been so proud that you had the presence of self-love self and love enough for the world and yourself to know what you deserve. I guess that scared me too, because I was afraid I couldn't give that to you. But now I know I have to try, because clearly screwing over future generations doesn't do anyone good. Our father's name is Wickham Oluwalumwe. He was once the most renowned violinist in Auredane. When I was a child, I, like you, received dreams of sunlight, music, and divinity. When my parents wanted to commit me to the service of Elo, I ran away and joined the gladiatorial theater because I couldn't own my calling. The way you embraced yours, you were robbed of a bond with Wick. I'm sorry for keeping that relationship from you. Tenebrae isn't my world, but Auredane is, and I don't want this to be the future. The future our Auredane inherits. We can prevent this future together because we are unstoppable, and there's no one better for saving the god, our god Elo, than us two badasses. Tenebrae is gonna be my world before it's all over. Much love, Krona. Astrid curls up and cries.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little too method there. We can do this. There's a lot to unpack here. Tenebrae is the future? I saw it for a minute, Mora. It's awful.
I don't really understand all of this. A future? The future?
The future, because I guess when the gods fought the monsters, instead of fixing anything, they just put it off. And, well, it's up to us to fix it.
Did we learn anything about Renault? Not in Krona's letter, right?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Right now, the only way forward that you are aware of is your intention to visit the Nortok Steppe and figure out what is happening with Elo, if he's really there like you've heard that he is.
Mm-hmm. But
we
we've been
keep
warned
hearing
away
that if we
from
go,
doing
he's
that.
going to die.
Yes.
But if we don't go, he's going to die, and Tenebrae will happen.
Yeah.
I'd rather try to do something.
Exactly. It's better to try and fail than not try at all. Let's go.
Okay. And go you do. Mara, I've been told that you are interested in having your great axe silvered so that it can cleave through devils and other supernatural beings.
What good is a magical axe if it doesn't do what a magical axe is supposed to do?
You are able to find an alchemist in Arvix that deals in alchemical silvers and is able to apply that silver to the blade of your weapon, and it costs you 100 gold pieces to do so.
And we say farewell to Willow as well, yes?
Yes. Willow actually says farewell to you. She says that she is being... you're right. Willow actually says farewell to you. They let you know that they're being called away back to the Eyrie because something is happening there. They say that the missive they received is unclear. It might be a monster attack. It might be something a little bit less so. But there are Arvesians and halflings that are being called back. And if you're saying you want to come along, don't do it. You have a destiny of your own that you need to follow. We can handle this on our own.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
You can do it.
I'll do my best. And I know you will too. Okay.
We'll see you again, I hope.
Yeah. All right, Birch, let's go. And they hop on to Birch Top.
Birch Feather.
Birch Top, right?
I think
It's Birch Feather.
I wrote Birch Top.
I believe it's Birch Top. And anyway, and Willow hops on Birch, and they shoot off into the western sky. You, General Silverscale, fortunately, knows exactly what direction to point you in. Unlike the teleportation circle that the Tenebrae party got involved with, your circle of teleportation is well maintained, and it is staffed by allies. So you are guided up towards a mage tower in the outskirts of Arvex. And from there, one of the Order of the Dragon God war mages that directed you says, "We have one of the foremost wizards in Auredane assigned to this tower. It's one of the only wizard towers and teleportation circles left in the Republic. So be careful with it. If you have need of it, it can return you to not Omavel, I regret to say, but it can return you to Reclamation's Pride. It can also take you to the outposts that we have in the Northern Wastes."
There's a teleportation circle in Reclamation's Pride?
Last I heard of it was still active. But no.
She sounds like a Muppet. Anyway.
But in any case, you are looking to go to the north, not to the south.
Correct.
Then we shall make it happen. You are placed upon this teleportation circle, and one wizard, a dragonborn with huge eyebrow ridges, little spikes pointing out of their brow, bows her head and says, "Welcome. I hear you are the Lightbringers I've heard so much about.
Yes, that's us.
The general says you're going to save us all. I have faith in you, for what it's worth.
Thank you.
I hope you have faith in yourselves.
We do.
Good.
We'll do what we can.
Then into the circle, and I will do what I can." And you are put into the teleportation circle, and the wizard says a few arcane words, and the glyph flares with light, shoots up around you, and she's so cute. And you feel every molecule of your being feel as though it turns to water and begins to rain away until there is nothing left of you. And just at the instant that panic begins to grip around your chest, you're back.
I don't think I like being teleported. I mean, we'll do what we have to do, but I don't think I like being teleported.
All of your belongings are with you. Did Ink come with you?
Yeah.
If you brought Ink with you, then Ink is there as well. And Ink says, his tail is bushed up, his pupils are massively dilated, and he says, "Please never let that happen to me again. I will walk through the snow and the ice if that never has to happen to me again."
I think we left our horses in Arvex.
That makes sense to me. Because where you stand in the Nortok Steppe, you are at the top of a watchtower, and there are, on the ground beneath, you can see about 2 or 3 dragonborn in full armor, but also wrapped in furs. Even though this tower's walls can't protect you from the chill that pervades the region. The wind is howling outside. You don't feel any of that, fortunately, because of these stone walls, but it is colder than the night in the desert, Mara. It is frigid. And Astrid, the only thing keeping you warm is that divine light that shines within you. And even that...
I also got a sick coat in Arvex.
Oh yeah.
I talked about it, but I didn't.
So you're actually doing okay. Your coat is keeping your skin from being chilled, and you have that little light within you. There's a staircase out of this tower, and a window looking out as well. What do you do?
Peek out the window.
You look out the window, make me a perception check. Right now, all you can see is snow billowing through the air and white wastes.
15?
15. You peer through, and after looking for a while, eventually you see gaps in the blizzard outside. And let's see, beyond here, you can see what looks faintly like a camp. There are wooden palisades, big tree trunks that have been shoved into the ground. But other than that, this whole place, it's flat, it's barren. Mara, it's really, really rather like a desert, just covered with snow instead of with sand.
It's so bright in a white way. And Mara begins buckling on the breastplate of cold resistance that she got.
I have that too, but it's actually lower than my actual armor class.
Oh wait, did we buy that for you?
I bought, I think, a leather breastplate.
You got leather armor of cold resistance. You got some.
I got a breastplate of cold resistance.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be less than your mage armor.
But mine is actually more, which is nice.
Nice. I think there's still some drawbacks because it is for yours, right? Is it heavy armor, that breastplate?
It's medium.
Okay.
It's actually just better. Because I was just using my deck. Oh wait, it's when I'm not wearing armor that I get to add my Constitution score. So but it's still better.
Okay.
Because breastplate is 14 plus dex, which is 16, as opposed to just dex plus con.
Plus 2 dex.
Yeah, I only have plus 2 dex.
Yeah, there you go.
Astrid is going to pull out a length of rope and tie her leather armor of cold resistance to ink.
Aww.
It probably won't help, but...
A patch of my back is a little bit less cold. Thank you.
She nuzzles him on the forehead.
And he laughs and purrs, or just like rumbles, since big cats can't purr. And so Ink begins to walk down the staircase. And there are 2 Dragonborn and full soldiers, and they say, "Lightbringers, you're here."
Yes.
We've been stationed here for gods know how long. All we're here to do is keep a watch on the Godsworn. We have a full garrison out here, but we're really just here in case something happens. What's your plan of attack?
What's been happening with the Godsworn? Have you seen them?
Their camp is about a mile away through the snow. On clear days, it's visible from here, but we haven't seen much activity from them. Every now and then, one of their groups will travel in from some alternate route, but we're just here to protect the pass back to Arvix. And on that front, nothing has happened. They seem utterly uninterested in taking the city of the dragons.
Shall we do some reconnaissance then?
Do we have time?
I mean, we don't know where to go except their camp. I'm just saying reconnaissance as opposed to charging in.
Yeah, I guess. You and your logic.
We call it experience.
Let's see. Ooh, are there any other animals nearby other than ink?
No.
Like, not even a rabbit?
So tremendously barren around here. You see no other creatures.
Okay, well, there goes that plan. I was going to ask a rabbit. I can conjure an elemental.
No, I mean, I think we should go out and scout.
Okay.
Which means you should probably put on your armor. I don't want you to freeze to death. Crown would be very unhappy with me.
So, are you all prepared? Is there anything else that you need to do before you go out?
We should decide if we're bringing ink. He will stand out.
Conspicuous.
I'm ready for anything.
Well, I don't have any spells that can turn him white. Is it just like completely flat out there? No rocks?
Tremendously so.
Okay. I'll tell you what. When we need you, I'll use thaumaturgy and make my voice really loud and I'll just yell.
Okay. Actually, there is one thing about the landscape, and it's where the Godsworn camp is. There are several towers of stone, sort of at the very center of it all. So there are these wooden palisades that you saw, but beyond them are like 40-foot tall defensive towers, it looks like, made of stone. There's about a ring of 6 of them just inside the perimeter.
Okay.
And Mara is doing kind of a little ritual with her shield. She brings out the spirit of the wolf, and the spirit of the wolf looks at her like quite calmly with intelligent eyes, and she speaks to it for a minute in Old Valashi, and seems to talk to it for a minute, and then it goes back in her shield. Awa? That is you, isn't it?
Oh, she brought her dog back.
And she pets the dog, the wolf. Says, "Good girl." Good girl, Awa. Let's go.
I'll call you if I need you.
Okay, I'll come running. And Ink sits upright and curls his tail around his paws and just sits in the tower. So you are going to head on out of the tower and into the wastes. You exit into the white snowfields. And Mara, you said it before, it is blindingly white out here. Even though there are clouds choking the sky and snow falls to the ground, enough of the sun breaks through that the ground seems to glow with white light. And Astrid, something similar happens to you. You step out into the snowfield and you are dazzled by the white light, but you are surprised when it doesn't seem to clear up. The dazzling, the snow blindness just is still solid white. And it isn't until a few moments pass that you realize what's happened here. And you are in the same dream-like state as when you receive visions from your patron, Amariel. And your vision projects forward a ways. You feel yourself being pulled by the scruff of your neck just in a direction. And you suddenly find yourself directly before your patron, glowing in gold and silhouetted against a blazing sun, and you are so close it's uncomfortable. It's so close it feels warm and burning with radiance. And Amariel's voice rings out like the chiming of 1,000 bells, and you are shocked to learn now that you can hear his voice clearly. And he says, Astrid! Astrid!
Amariel.
Yes. You can hear me. You can hear me.
Astrid kind of reaches out. Her hand is shaking a little bit.
And do you touch him?
Yeah.
He doesn't reach out for you. Where do you touch him?
Just kind of here.
Yeah, you touch him right here, and your hand is warm. It is halfway between soothing and painful, but you hold on to it.
Like a hot mug of tea when you hold on to it for just a little too long.
Yeah, exactly.
You step into a hot bath and it hurts at first, but then you know it's going to feel good.
And it soothes the chill that is all around you too. And he says, "You're so close. Not just, you're so close to the answer and to me. You're so close to a turning point of fate. Every step of the way I warned you not to come. Why did you do it?"
I had to. I couldn't let you die.
You heard the truth from Lotan Ratu, didn't you?
I got a letter from my sister.
From Crowna. And Amariel head, though you can't see his face, turns from you and looks off into the distance and says, I have always looked out for you, Astrid. I just hope that I can protect you and the people I love.
You have to give me a chance to do the same. Because if anything happens to you, I'm powerless.
And Astrid, something terrible will happen to me if you try and fail today.
Then I won't fail.
You have so much faith.
It's staring right at me.
And he stoops a little bit and holds you in a blazing embrace. And what do you do as he holds you close?
She scrunches up her eyes against the brightness and just kind of steels herself and looks up at where Amariel's eyes would be if she could see them, and says, I will save you.
And the whiteness around you begins to fade into the whiteness of the snow. And you're next to Mara, and Amariel is still there with you. And he says, then we shall fight together. So long I have been aiding you from afar. Now is the time when we join our strength. I have sworn oaths that prevent me from aiding in this fight, but I will do anything I can to make sure that the two of you are safe.
Thank you. We won't fail.
And he
You're
says,
gonna introduce me?
Chief Mora, this is my patron, Amariel.
and he holds a hand to his chest and bows deeply. It is an honor to meet one who has been so instrumental in Astrid's continued protection.
We're very lucky to have Astrid with us. She's been a great asset and a good friend.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Y'all got a devil, we got an angel.
I can be your angle. Then there's no time to lose. Quickly, come with me. And he
Glad someone knows where to go.
And he puts his hands on both of your backs. And just like you felt yourself being pulled forward, you suddenly feel that same feeling being pushed. Mm-hmm. And you cut a blazing swath through the snow. And in a beam of light, soon find yourself at the very edge of the Godsworn's camp. There is a shockwave.
I'm kind of picturing the scene in Spirited Away when Yubaba like wags her finger and Chihiro's just like yoinked throughout the entire...
Oh, it's kind of like that, but also that camera effect in Lord of the Rings when the ring wraith comes for the first time, where it's like everything, the foreground squishes and the background comes in. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Mara looks up at Amariel and squints her eyes a little and says, "So I take it we're not going with the subtle approach?"
The Godsworn have no subtlety. Elo, in this matter, will have no subtlety either. They call themselves the Godsworn because they are filled with a bitter hatred for the oath they swore long ago. They feel betrayed by their god. Let us show them that they are the true betrayers.
Then Mara steps forward. "Hey! There! Godsworn!"
And you hear the sound of a half dozen heads with chainmail coifs turning, swords being half drawn from the center of the camp about 50 feet away from you.
"Hear you're planning to kill a god. Need a warm-up?"
There is a voice that shouts from the inside and says, "Who are you? Who dares address us?"
"I dare, Mara of the Sky Callers, and Astrid, Celestial Warlock of Elo."
And there is a muttering back from inside the camp. "Lightbringers, the Lightbringers are here." And there's only
Damn
two
right
of them.
the Lightbringers are here. Come out and face us, you cowards.
And suddenly the palisade in front of you is awash in flame. and the timbers burn down to cinders. And standing in the hole that has been burned in the wall is an armored man about 50 feet away with a blazing longsword at his side, much like Zephyr's actually, but he's in full armor. He has no helmet. His face is visible. He is a human with huge scars down his face, one eye missing, and a bald head. And he says, "I had heard that you might come. Lightbringers. I am known as the Shooting Star. I am chief among Elo's servants, and now I am chief among his accusers. You dare stand up for his righteousness? Elo will stand trial for the wounds he has caused this world."
You don't even know.
You know nothing. You know nothing of the mistakes that Elo has made and what they will wreak upon this world.
Quite frankly, you are unfit to be judge, jury, or executioner.
And the worst of it will come from you.
Is that so? Let us prove it. In this world, might makes right. Show me your might. Roll initiative. So, the situation is this.
That was bad.
I rolled 2 11s.
This camp is a ring of palisades, and a 10-foot gap has just been burned in the ring directly in front of you. All around the ring are 6 stone watchtowers.
Can you just draw us a little sketch?
I'm doing that as I
Thank
speak,
you.
but I'm also speaking it aloud for the benefit of the people back home. And directly in front of you is one of these watchtowers, but you're sort of looking past it towards the center. In the center, there are several of the Godsworn, their rank and file, and standing clearly in front of this hole that has been burned, at the head of them is this armored man, the Shooting Star. There is something in the center of the ring that is just obscured by the watchtower. But you have a pretty good idea of what this being might be. It is 50 feet from you to the center of the ring. And on the left of the tower is the Shooting Star, flanked by 3 of his minions. And on the right side are 4 other Godsworn. They all wear simple chainmail and a helmet that only has slits for eyes and an open mouth.
And Mara settles into a fighting stance and says, "In the name of our friends, with the blessing of the gods, we challenge you. Let's begin."
Very good. Like I said, roll initiative.
I got a 13.
So 13 for Mara, and for Astrid?
6.
6 for Astrid.
And Mara's wolf spirit shield streaks out and settles into a crouch at her feet.
Can I shout for ink before we start?
Yeah, it'll take a little bit for him to show up, but go ahead.
That's fine. Astrid turns around, casts thaumaturgy on herself, and just shouts, "Ink!"
Ink, 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 ink. And you think he heard you. Okay. Shooting Star has one initiative.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to casually stride forward, and in his left hand, he's going to hold it up in a claw grip, and a orb of flame begins to come between his fingertips, and he holds it back like this and says, "This is Elo's true power. See if you can withstand it." And he throws this orb of flame at you, and it explodes in a 20-foot radius, catching everyone inside of it. I'd like you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
14.
This is targeting all of us.
Yeah.
So let's see. That advantage really didn't help me.
Do I get a plus since you're here, or is that
No, that's Zephyr.
Down. Okay.
I got a 11.
14.
Okay. So 2 failures, I'm afraid. Amariel's going to
I
fail
got
also.
13, but still, yeah.
Doesn't help. So this fireball boom, explodes around you, and you each take 35 fire damage.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I am.
So for half, you take 17 fire damage.
I was gonna make.
So I've taken 1 damage.
Yeah. Of real hit points, yeah.
And how much damage did you say?
35.
Okay.
And he is going to plant his feet in the snow and stick his longsword into the ground and simply say, "Approach when you are ready to die."
Astrid shrugs and she's like completely unscathed. She's like, was that supposed to hurt?
Mars little sin. She's like, I feel warmer now.
His sneer puckers into a snarl, but it is now the Godsworn's turn. His Godsworn minions, the 3 of them at his side, are going to charge forward with a battle yell and hold their round shields and longswords aloft and run right at you. So 2 of them are going to focus on Mara with a 15.
Nope.
And less than that to hit, and so you manage to parry them deftly with your great axe. And one of them comes towards Astrid with an 18 to hit,
Ugh, just barely. Yeah.
which is going to deal you 10 slashing damage. It manages to catch you while you're gloating. And
Was that supposed to hurt? Ugh,
oh, damn it! And so the 4 on the other side of the tower, on your right, are going to approach, but they're just sort of going to form a phalanx and block you from heading in that direction. That's going to be Mara's turn with Amariel on deck.
Okay. Mara shakes her now quite singed actually from the last 2 fights hair out of her face and brings up her great axe, smiles menacingly, and I would like to rage. How far from me is what's his face?
The shooting star?
Shooting star.
He is about 20 feet from you.
Okay. I'm gonna. He's about 20 feet from me. Astrid. I want to stay next to Astrid. So I'm gonna deal with these 2 that are in front of us first. Going to attack I'm gonna attack the first one. With that was almost 20.
Is that a 2 now?
Yeah.
Classic.
Attack the first one. That's probably not gonna hit.
What's the roll?
11.
11.
No.
Yeah. And second attack. 17 to hit.
17 to hit, yes.
That one hit.
Sorry, against Shooting Star? Or?
No, against what it is.
Okay, yes, 17 does hit.
And the wolf spear rises up and plants its paws on the minion's chest and pushes. So I am shoving that creature.
Cool.
So does it have to make a saving throw to not fall prone?
I think it would be
A strength saving throw,
contest,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, but you just have a feature that lets your melee attacks knock prone, right?
No, it's Shield Master.
Oh.
So use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of me with my shield.
Okay.
So do I make the strength?
It's an opposed strength contest for the shove action, yeah.
Cool. I have advantage on that because I'm raging.
Cool.
Wow, I'm rolling like crap today, though. So it's just plus strength, huh? That's a 10.
I have a 12. So the wolf pushes against him, but he manages to hold up his shield and push back against the wolf and just...
These dice are going in dice jail.
But did you deal damage with your attack?
Yes, I did. Not very much, but 11 damage.
So, your wolf comes up right against its shield, and he manages to go boom and knock the wolf away, and you follow up with a huge swing of your great axe right into him, and you cleave him in half.
Oh,
and you tear through metal, and then he just flops down and bleeds out, reddening the snow beneath his feet. Is that your turn?
I want to say next to Astrid, so yes.
Cool.
Or I'm next to Astrid and to the other creature, the other minion, right?
Yes.
They came up. Okay, yeah.
So Amariel is floating a few inches off the ground, but the snow melts beneath him. And he says a few words in Celestial that essentially say, Elo, grant me your power that your most faithful may protect you. And you are now both affected by a greater blessing. Your attacks and saving throws add a D8 to the roll.
Ooh,
Sweet.
cool.
Attacks and saving throws, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay.
And he is just going to stay where he is right next to you. So that brings us to Astrid.
Astrid looks over her shoulder and smiles at Amariel, and then turns and says, "You want a shooting star, punk?" And casts her Mystic Arcanum.
Nice.
So I think that... Give me a dex
Sunbeam?
save.
Yes.
Is it Dex or Constitution?
Shit, let's check. I think it's con because it's resisting being blind, not
It's
resisting being
Sunbeam?
hit. Sunbeam, yeah. The smaller one.
Usually it's Constitution or resisting.
Either way, it fails. 5 on the die.
Then we don't even need to look, so.
Well, I still want to just triple check.
Here, I'll look it up or you can look it
got
up while Astrid does her thing.
Okay. Make sure I'm actually casting the spell right this
Con.
Constitution? Cool.
Cool, and I can treat all of these ones as 2s.
Whoa. This is, you took Elemental Adept for Radiant?
Oh, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
It should be. It's not.
It was
should
just
be.
Radiant is already really good.
Yeah, okay, fine. I can still add my charisma modifier to it, though. So let's see. 4, 8, 14 plus 4. 18 damage.
And is blinded until...
Is blinded for 1 minute.
no, until your next turn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Cool. What's that damage?
18.
18.
Are there any other creatures in that line?
Yes, the other minion is in that line.
Sweet, okay. So he's gone.
Yeah. Well, not if he
He needs
succeeds
to
on
make
his
a
saving
save.
throw. What's the total? What's the DC?
My DC is 16, I think.
And it's Constitution.
Yeah.
He actually passes.
Well, he still takes half damage, though.
Yeah.
Minions are immune to effects that would
Oh,
deal half
okay.
damage.
Okay.
So he just hunkers down and holds his shield up, and it just, the light, what's the word? Diffuses right off of it. All right.
Wait, and my bonus action, I want to give you 2
thank
healing
you.
lights. Ooh, both 6s.
Thank you.
I'm going to
I'll
use...
take that 12 healing.
I'm going to use Crown as pretty dice.
Cool.
Cool.
Very good. The shooting star looks up, draws his sword from the snow, flicks it alight, and says, "All right, I'll come to you." And he strides forth, and he is going to twirl his sword once and approach Mara, and then try and bring it down upon her. Here comes an attack roll. That is a 22.
Yeah.
Okay, and he is going to cast Staggering Smite.
Ooh.
Is that going to knock you down or
We'll
what?
find out.
Let's see here. Can I do that? Yes. So first of all, the attack is going to deal 9 slashing and 9 fire damage.
Is that already halved, or?
No.
So 4 slashing and 9 fire damage
Yeah.
for a total of 13.
Yep. And let's see, Staggering Smite. The weapon pierces both body and mind, dealing an extra 4d6 psychic damage,
Ooh.
and you must make a wisdom saving throw.
Picking out a
So that's
new
20 psychic
D20.
damage.
Ouch. Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
8.
Oh. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and can't take reactions until the end of your next turn. Until the end of his next turn.
Okay.
Okay. So, like,
heal, I
horrible
guess.
psychic pain overwhelms you, and you just stagger backwards. And he is going to walk right past you. You can't take reactions. And he is going to walk up to Astrid and say, "So devout, aren't you? We'll put an end to that." And
Wait, I have a +8 on that save. Or a plus 1d8 on that save.
Yeah.
What did I say it was?
It was an 8, so
now it's a 16.
That exactly meets.
Ha! Do I still take just as much damage, or is
Yes. But he thinks you're staggered, and so he just.
Elo's light. Mm-hmm. I am staggered, and then Elo's light blesses me.
Yeah, there a little halo surrounds your head.
So he walks right past me.
Yeah.
Does he actually leave my reach?
Oh yeah, he's walking right to Astrid.
Oh yeah, I'm using my reaction.
Just give him right in the small of the back.
That's not all I noticed though. That's better. That's a 20 something to hit.
Oh yeah.
On 13 slashing damage.
13 slashing. You slash him right in the back. Ah! He staggers forward and looks back at you and says, "Okay, fine." And he rushes right back at you. With another longsword attack, that is going to be a 15 to hit.
Nope.
And your wolf leaps forward and he strikes it, and there is a clanging as if steel hits steel, and the wolf scrambles down to the ground and turns back at him and goes, "Hurr."
Guess you underestimated us.
I will not underestimate you again. Very good. It's the Godsword's turn. That one minion who survived is going to...
Oh, also, wasn't he blinded?
He is actually immune to being blind.
Does he not have eyes? Oh, he has one eye.
Yeah, he is immune to being blind for reasons perhaps unknown. And that one minion is going to stand and is going to try and take advantage of you bantering to try and stab you with the sword. That's going to be an 11 to hit. He misses. Cool. That brings us to... Wait a second, there were 3 on that side, so there's
4.
one. He didn't ever make a save. Oh, he fails. Okay, that guy's gone. So there's only 1 left on that side. The 4 are holding their position, though they're actually creeping closer, but still holding a defensive stance. Okay, Mara, your turn.
Okay, he's right next to me now. I'm gonna attack him. Oh, reckless attack is so good. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna reckless attack him.
Bring it.
If only my dice would cooperate. There we go. 28 to hit.
Oh yeah. Actually, he is going to use his reaction to try and parry you. He's going to raise his sword and add 6 to his AC, but you manage to batter down through it anyway.
And 25 to hit.
He should have waited to parry. That's going to hit.
So 2 hits. Sadly, neither of those were crits. But also, I'm going to use my bonus action to try to shove him.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can do that. So it says if you take the attack action on your turn, you can use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield.
Yeah.
Does that mean I can only do it after I take the attack action?
So if we're going by what Jeremy Crawford says, no.
Oh.
You can use it at any time, but I think you have to have landed at least 1 attack.
So it'd be like attack, bonus action, finish attack?
Yeah, but why would you do that? You'd have to move closer to him anyway.
I'm not trying to shove him away, I'm trying to knock him down, because that's part of shoving.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yeah. So attack, shove, attack.
Okay, well, I won't change anything for this turn, I'll note that for the future. I would like him to make a strength check.
Cool. Check.
However you said we contest the shoving.
Oh, 15.
A lot more than that. I guess 22.
I don't care how much more it wins by.
So he's now prone.
And how much damage in total?
And he took Oh, double 10s. Nice. He took 20, 30, 36 damage.
Ouch, that hurts a lot. Then in that case, it's Amariel's turn, and Amariel is going to look to Astrid and say, I need to leave your side for a moment. And he's going to whisk right around you and over to Mara, and he says, let Elo soothe your suffering. And you're going to restore 20 hit points.
Ooh, tasty. Thanks.
As he puts his hand in the small of your back. And he's going to stand by you. In that case, it's Astrid's turn.
Okay, so we have this wannabe Black Knight on the ground. And then 4 chumps over here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna center it right kind of between them so it catches them and not us.
Mm-hmm.
And cast Flame Strike.
Okay. On the 4 guys?
No, on the 4 guys and the bad guy. How far away are the other guys?
So there is actually a big stone tower in between them where they
okay,
are.
you're like
Could center it on the stone tower.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know what's behind the stone tower.
Yeah, so you can either center it on the 4 goons or on the shooting star and his 1 goon.
Yeah, I'll center it on him.
Cool.
Let's see. Yes, give me a dex save on your back.
Does he have disadvantage on dex save because he's prone?
No.
Oh, well.
17.
What? How can he make a dex save if he's prone, like
Roll.
knocked down?
You know, it's like in an action movie when they're like pew pew shooting the hero on the ground, he just like barrel rolls.
I guess, but I feel like the condition itself would mitigate that. Otherwise, what's the point of it being a condition?
Because you have
Yeah.
advantage on melee attacks against him.
In this case, it's actually going to be he's going to throw his cloak over him and is going to mitigate some of the flames coming down upon him.
Fine. Okay, well.
Does the minion save?
Oh. No.
Here comes the fire. That's gonna be a 2. So 4, 9, 12. 12 fire damage. Ooh, tasty. That's 12, 15, 18, 22 radiant damage.
Oof. That hurts a lot.
And I don't know if
He is bloodied.
I don't know if he's supposed to be resistant to fire damage, but he's not resistant to that.
Very nice. He is, but I guess he's not. All right. So it is back to his turn. Are you going to move at all? Because now there are no more goons. Only him and Mara. We're right next to each other.
Can he take an opportunity attacks while he's prone?
He can, but only if you leave his threatened range.
I was gonna hop over him. Just to be extra sassy. No, I'll skirt around him and start going into the camp to see what's behind the watchtower.
Cool. So you are basically directly, you're 5 feet to the left of him right now. And you now have a clear view of the campsite in which there are 4 more Godsworn goons, one of which is holding a huge sword. This vicious-looking serrated thing, and in the middle of the camp there is a 9-foot-tall man who is on his knees, and his arms are bound and tied with chain that is tied to a stake several feet away. So he has been, sort of pulled down like this on his knees, and he's just looking down at the ground. He seems to be awash with light.
Gonna get as close as I can.
So you are about 30 feet away from him right now.
Okay.
So the shooting star is going to look to his minions in the middle of the camp and say, "Ready the sword, I'm coming to you. We need to begin it now." And he looks over towards the 4 that are approaching you from the other side and says, "Leap on them if you have to. Just stop them from getting any closer." And he's going to spend half his movement to stand up. Yes. So he's going to stand up using half his movement, and he is going to take his sword, swing it once, and slam it into the ground and cast a
That's bad for your
destructive wave. As it strikes the ground, a burst of divine energy ripples outward, and both of you are going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is it creatures of his choice, or
Yes.
is it? Oh, damn! A Constitution saving throw, you say?
Why couldn't it be a charisma saving throw? I have a +9 to that.
Add a D8.
Oh, yeah, sure. I still did really well, though.
15.
Okay.
Non-nat 20. Oh, wait. Yeah, non-nat 20.
So Mara and Amariel are both going to fail. Astrid is going to succeed. So this is because you failed, you're going to take 36 damage split between thunder and necrotic, and fall prone. And Astrid, you are going to take... Now I need to calculate this out. It's 11, 14. So 14 thunder damage and 14 necrotic damage. No, hold on. And you're going to take 18 damage split between thunder and necrotic, and you are standing tall. And then he uses his 15 feet of movement to rush towards the...
But I still get an opportunity attack.
Yes, however, you are prone, and thus you have a disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay. Strength roll this turn different than, but I still have the disadvantage, but I still have this D8. 18.
Not gonna hit. No, wait. It does hit because he doesn't have his shield drawn. That's a hit. However, he's going to use his reaction to parry and add 6 to his AC to block. So he is now at the edge of the camp, at the edge of the circle surrounding what can only be Elo. And he barks at one of his soldiers, "Hand me the blade!" And it's now the Godsword's turn. The 4 that are approaching you are going to run at you. 2 are going to attack you, Mara, with advantage, because you are prone. That is going to be a 20, non-natural, and 13.
Nope.
So you are going to take 9 piercing damage.
Halved.
Yep. Halved to 4. And these 2 are going to attack you, Astrid. Actually, one of them is going to try and grapple you. That is a 22 strength. I'd like you to make an opposed strength check.
What's the fucking point? I literally can't beat that.
There's 5%.
Oh, wait, no.
There's always a nat 20.
I do get the...
It's not a save.
It's not a save, it's just a check.
Shit. Why do you hate me? Nope.
Ah,
I
that's
saw
rough.
the 0 and I was like, got excited, but 10.
And so he grapples you, and so while you're grappled, your movement is 0, basically.
Astrid's like kicking her feet. Let me go! Put me down!
And the other one is just going to try and poke you while you're grappled. But that's going to miss, and he's just going to, as you're sort of rolling around...
Flailing.
Yeah, he's just going to...
Just like kick the sword out of his hand.
Okay. And the Godsworn in the middle of the camp, there's 4 of them. 2 are going to rush past the shooting star and sort of hold their blades out to oppose you coming towards him. And the other one is going to kneel before him and hold out this wicked-looking blade and say, "Everything is ready, but you must be certain to do this exactly right. It will not work if you are even an inch off the mark." And he says, "I know what I must do. Give me the blade." And he holds it. He sheathes his flaming longsword and he reaches out his hand, prepared to grab the sword on his next turn. It is Mara's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up.
Yep. You have 2 guys towering over you. Or, well, under you now.
Margaret's like,
Shoulders, like...
flexes. And...
Beef. Mom.
So there are 2 right next to me. There are 2 in between me and him. This will be fine. How far away am I from Astrid? About 20 feet?
No, you're only about 10 feet away from Astrid right now.
No, we just gotta get to him. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the AOs.
Okay.
Are the two guys that are bothering me between Mara and...
So you and Mara are basically like laterally even, just about 10 feet separated. There's two just south of you, and there's two just south of Mara.
Okay.
So there's basically no overlap between the two that are menacing both of you.
So I'm gonna get AOs from 4 of them, I believe.
Not the one that's holding me.
No. So there's the two you're running from, and then you're gonna just try and run past the other two. All right, here come the first two. 16.
Nope.
And a miss. So those two, they missed you. And then the two you're running past are gonna say, "Hey, stop right there!" And one of them is gonna try and grapple you instead of making an attack.
Sure. Bring it.
Again, isn't one of these guys also grappling me?
No. So there's 6 guys in play right now.
I thought there were only 4.
There's a total of 8 Godsworn minions right now. 2 south of you, 2 south of Mara, 2 protecting the shooting star, 1 holding the sword, and 1 doing nothing. So the 2 working with trying to grapple you aren't involved in this equation at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was an 8.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. And as he leaps at you and you
Can you even
knock
do
him
that as a
aside.
reaction?
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime you make an attack, you can replace it with a grapple check. And the other guy, as he sees his friend get bashed away, is going to try and run at you, go low, try and grab you at the waist, is going to try and grapple you as well. So give me a strength check, please.
15.
12. Yeah, so you just spin around and kick him in the chest and he goes down. So you've moved 20 feet. The shooting star is 10 feet away from you.
Wait, how did he had to stand up too? He couldn't have gone more than 15 feet.
You're right. So you are now
Next to him.
clear next to him.
I still have an action. So I'm gonna take the attack action, which means I can bonus action chop him with my shield.
Okay.
So another strength check. We're just rolling a lot of these.
19.
20. So the wolf, the wolf just, leaps off one of the guys that tried to grapple Mara, and goes straight for him. And it's a spiritual wolf. You can see through it. It shouldn't be heavy, but it just knocks him to the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack twice with advantage. Getting the hang of this barbarian thing. That's a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oof.
Rip.
That's an 11 to hit.
It doesn't do it. So give me that damage.
Oh, wait. 11 plus 6
Is
17.
You're 1 shy.
Okay.
Wait. No. Yeah. 1 shy.
He still takes 13 damage.
Oof. He's not happy. Okay. In that case, it is Amariel's turn, and Amariel says, "Move with all haste." And your movement speeds have been increased by 30 feet, and you each regain 5 hit points.
Nice.
Okay. Still owie.
That brings us to Astrid.
Okay. And is the guy restraining me, or am
So you're grappled.
grappled? Okay.
That doesn't involve being restrained, but your movement speed while grappled is reduced to 0, and you can't benefit from any movement to speed.
Okay. Well,
You can make a...
Don't worry. I know.
Okay.
I cast
Just kill him.
Thunderstep.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So anyone within 10 feet of me.
Is it when you leave or when you arrive? Thunderstep.
When I leave, I
Leave.
believe. Yeah.
Leave.
Let me triple check. I did just read this
It's
card
when
like
you
3
leave.
times. Yeah. Because that's what I did to
The giant.
fire giant.
Cool.
Yes. Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw. And I get
So that's 2 of them.
One succeeds, one fails. So don't even bother rolling. One of them is just boom, blasted 50 feet away and hits the wall and crumples, and the other hits the deck and is like covered by snow as it is all blasted in his face.
So that's 2 of my 3 spell slots gone. But I just plunk myself down right in front of Elo.
Okay.
And I wheel on the shooting star and say, "You'll have to try harder than that."
He tries to look menacing, but he's lying on his back in the snow.
Yeah, so he's flat on his back. Blood is sort of trickling from his jaw. His eye is kind of crazed. And the Godsworn who has the sword is like looking at you and looking at him. And so he is going to growl and look up at both of you and say, "I will not be denied my revenge. I will not be denied this."
Can I kick some snow into his face?
Yeah. Ah! And he is going to sort of kickflip himself up, leap to his feet using 15 feet of his movement. He is about 10 feet away from Elo. And he is going to say, "I dare you to stop me." And he is going to grab the sword, and he's going to make one attack with it against you.
Okay.
That is going to be... Jesus Christ. A 14 to hit.
Nope.
And he is just going to say, "All right, fine." And it looks like he's about to say something menacing, but he just turns around and runs.
Opportunity attack.
Towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it.
I mean, that's 22.
That's a hit, all right. What the hell? He's going to use his reaction and ding, parry it away.
Bastard.
And he is just going to charge forth towards you, Astrid, and he says, "I will kill you and Elo in one fell swoop if I have to." And he is going to rear this massive greatsword back, and he is just going to try and plunge it straight through you. What is your armor class?
16.
16. That's an exact hit.
Oof.
So...
Wait, give me a dex save real quick.
I'm gonna help rebuke you.
Yeah.
12.
That's 2d8s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck
2d10. 2d10.
D10?
Yeah.
Cool, I don't have any of those out.
I will give you some.
And your...
Okay.
we've ruled that your Hellish Rebuke is radiant damage, right? I think we've talked about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
14.
14. He's hurt, but he's still going. And so so the sword is going to deal 12 damage as it pierces through you, and you feel this
Astrid!
horrid necrotic power roll through you as you are gonna take 15 additional necrotic damage, so 27 in total. And this attack roll is also going to go through towards Elo with a total of 20 to hit. Well, let's do it with disadvantage since it's going through. Well, he has 3 attacks per turn.
Okay.
So it's just going to go
Two
through.
separate attacks.
It's another attack roll, and that's a 20 to hit. And the blade just pushes, it's just like through you right here, and it's going to push through, and you feel this heat like a bonfire bursting out behind you as this blade pushes into Elo's glowing form. And all of a sudden, have you ever seen a VHS tape as the tape begins to fray? Mm-hmm. Everything has this red, green, blue after image. Mm-hmm. And it feels as if you are projecting backwards. And you can watch yourself as you do this. You can see a red after image of yourself right behind you, and then a green after image of yourself right behind you, and a blue after image of yourself right behind you. As the entire world just seems to tunnel outwards.
It happened to me the first time I got high.
And it's at this point that I'm going to call everyone to the table. Let's take a quick break.